Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
The best.
Football Saturday in Baton Rouge, about cuisine and cocktails and counting down to kickoff when hospitality turns to hostility for the visitors. The steady Bo Wallace will be tested tonight. The Rebels' undefeated season on the line as Les Miles Tigers walk in as underdogs in Death Valley, looking to spring an upset. A serious test for young quarterback Anthony Jennings against the Rebels' land shark defense. An old rivalry renewed tonight on the Bayou. Welcome to ESPN's College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels, and a presentation of the SEC on ESPN. 102,000 holders of the toughest ticket in college football today on a flawless football evening in Baton Rouge as Ole Miss and LSU get together with high stakes. In the SEC West, 4 of the top 5 in the current polls reside. Mississippi State up by 14 in the closing minutes at Kentucky. Ole Miss trying to get to 5-0. LSU don't call the Tigers spoilers at 2-2. And welcome, Chris Fowler, along with Kirk Herbstreit. So many memories in this place. Les Miles sells the Tiger Stadium is magic. The players buy it, the fans believe it, history validates it. So if you're Ole Miss, Kirk, and the perfect season's on the line, one way to combat all this is bring in the nation's top-rated defense.
Yeah, that's one way to deal with it. And let's face it, Ole Miss feels that they are a championship caliber team because of this defense. And, you know, up to this point, they've had to defend teams that have tried to spread them out. And they've been outstanding. This is a veteran bunch. They know their position. They know what to do. They know everything about the scheme and what Dave Womack asked them to do. Tonight's going to be different. This LSU offense is going to line up in an I formation and go old school and run right in the teeth of that Ole Miss defense. And I think everybody's anxious to see the versatility of Ole Miss and if they're as good as they've looked up to this point.
They're very experienced. They play very fast, and they take on an LSU offense that believes it is growing up just in time. They stumbled a couple times early. They were outplayed by some good football teams, but boy, a lot of young guys. It seems like maybe the light is coming on at the right time.
Well, they're coming off their best game of the year last week against Kentucky. I think they found an identity. They are a downhill running football team. They have a true freshman in Leonard Fournette who's been outstanding. He had over 100 yards against Florida a couple weeks ago. I think he's settling into the rhythm of the offense, and they have such a veteran group up front. They're healthy now up front on the offensive line. Leo Collins, the left tackle, is the anchor, the leader of this group. They're going to lean on Ole Miss with body blows for 4 quarters, and then try to wear them down in the second half and see if they can make some plays.
On the other side, Bo Wallace tries to continue to play turnover-free football in the SEC. A beautiful night in Baton Rouge as the Rebels and Bayou Bengals get together.
I taught you how to do it, yeah?
Too good. Keep paddling.
Life insurance from New York Life can help your family keep good going.
You know how fast you were going?
Yeah, about 55.
Where are you headed at such an appropriate speed?
Across the country to enhance the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network. How's it working for you?
Better than ever. How'd you do it?
Added cell sites, increased capacity.
And your point is?
So you can download music, games, and directions for the road when you need them.
Who's this guy?
Oh, that's Charlie.
You ever put pepper spray on your burrito? I like it spicy, but not like, ooh, spicy.
You always like this?
You have no idea.
AT&T, the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network.
It will be a tough fight.
But the chosen one has been sent to us.
Grab a Quesarito Big Box from Taco Bell for a chance to win a limited edition PS4 Destiny bundle. There's a winner about every 15 minutes.
This is Death Valley, a place where opponents' dreams come to die.
LSU wins or loses on this play, it would appear.
Touchdown!
A crushing loss for Auburn, a great win for LSU.
He will score. The LSU Tigers has knocked off the #1 ranked Gators. And off to the youngster. Hill breaks free. 50 yards for a touchdown. And that's the dagger.
And a coaches voted it wasn't close. This is the toughest place for visitors to play. But the Rebels went to Kyle Field in front of 111,000 and took the Aggies right out of it early. Can they do the same here in Tiger Stadium? As his team gets set to take the field, our thoughts are certainly with Les Miles. Heather Cox reports it's been a very tough 24 hours for Miles.
Indeed, Chris, it has been a heart-wrenching 24 hours for the Miles family. Last night, Coach Miles' mother, Martha, passed away at the age of 91. Coach was at his son Manny's football game when he got the first call telling him that his son, Ben, was being rushed to the hospital after breaking his ankle at his own game. Then, while at the hospital, Les received another call, this time with the news that his mom, Martha, who lived in Baton Rouge, had passed away. Coach Miles said his mom's biggest impact on him was teaching the balance of work and family all together. And Chris, Coach Miles sat with his team this morning and told them the news. And then after getting a ton of love and support from his players, told them, guys, I appreciate all the support, but I assure you, my focus is on tonight's game.
Heather, thank you. He was stoic this morning, celebrating his mother's life. But certainly it is a tough period of time for Les. Tigers won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Hugh Freeze and the offense with Bo Wallace at the helm will get the football first as Trent Domain boots it away. We get underway in Tiger Stadium. And just like most of Domain's kickoffs, this will be a touchback. Can Bo Wallace keep it going, Kirk? No turnovers in the 4 SEC wins.
34th career start, and the last 3 have been flawless. Protecting the football, managing the game. I think Hugh Freeze has called games very differently in the last 3 weeks with the development of his defense becoming legitimate and consistent. We'll see tonight on the road. Remember the last time we had these guys at A&M, they got in attack mode. They took the football and they went right down the field the first 2 possessions and put 14 points on the board.
Wallace 2 300-yard games in the 2 games against LSU, but he threw 3 picks here 2 years ago. Travius Mathers is the back to the left of Wallace. They hand it to Jalen Walton running left, and they test the left side of that LSU defense. Kendall Beckwith on the stop as we check the Chick-fil-A impact players.
Well, Laquan Treadwell on the outside. If he gets single coverage, number 1, usually at the top, the short side, they'll try to get him the football. Evan Ingram, another matchup problem for LSU with linebackers or nickelbacks, a guy to keep an eye on. Quan Alexander, great speed. With this energy in this stadium, he's going to be all over the field against this run game. And White, the corner, the top corner for this LSU defense. A big week last week against Kentucky.
On 2nd and 8, play action. A slip screen. Treadwell has it. And the physical receiver from Chicago out across the 46-yard line. He is a matchup nightmare for defenses.
And picks up a nice block from Nicholas Parker right there on White to set it up. And also the big left tackle, Laramie Tunsil, getting down there. A nice, quick, easy throw early in this game with a lot of energy in Tiger Stadium for Bo Wallace. And keep in mind, Bo Wallace and the poise and the way he executes and leads this team. This is a tough environment. It's not just that he's doing well, Chris. It's how he's doing it.
They fake it to Walton. Wallace steps up, takes a shot downfield near sideline. Jump ball. He was looking for Vince Sanders. Many one-on-one battles tonight. That was Rashard Robinson in coverage.
Yeah, there's going to be one-on-one battles on both sides of the ball on the perimeter. And who will win them? This is a great group, a very underrated group of wide receivers for Ole Miss. There's so much focus on Bo Wallace and whether he's going to be consistent, good Bo and bad Bo. Sometimes what gets overlooked is everyone talks about Laquan Treadwell, but collectively, top to bottom, they've got 4 or 5 guys that can win matchups.
Walton motions back into the backfield, and they flip it to him short, but an alert tackle right away. Jamaria Rasco, the defensive end, stopped him for a 1-yard gain.
You're right, Chris. He felt that. He sensed it right away. Did a really good job of just feeling the play and setting up a pivotal 3rd down here early in this game, only because pivotal in a way that it can set the tone early in this game for either the Ole Miss offense or this Tigers defense.
LSU allowing opponents to convert just 29% on third down. That's terrific. Deafening. Play clock at 5. Wallace had protection, now spins out. Pump fake, knocked out of bounds. Jadavius wiped the corner, forced him out. Daniil Hunter pressured the quarterback, and here comes a punt.
Well, Ben Still is out of the lineup, the center, and that was a matchup right there that John Chavis took advantage of. Daniil Hunter is a defensive end, but on third and long, they moved him to the interior of the pass rush and got a matchup against a backup sophomore center, Robert Conyers, and they got pressure.
Both punters tonight are Australians. This is Will Gleason kicking to the dangerous Tre'Davious White, who had a big return against Kentucky early last week. And the Aussie backs it up, and it rolls dead at the 25-yard line. 30 yards on the punt, and here comes Anthony Jennings, a sophomore who is 7-1 as a starter, a cautious quarterback by nature. Can he make enough plays, Kirk, and avoid the turnovers tonight?
Well, that is right. He is very cautious. He's hesitant at times. You can see he's completing 50% of his passes. LSU is a team that relies heavily on the run game, but tonight I think you're going to see them break some tendencies. I think you'll see early down play action passes where Jennings and his receivers are going to have to make some plays against one of the best defenses in the country.
That's a power formation. This is Leonard Fournette. The freshman tried to bounce it outside, but he's hauled down there by Trey Elston. Chick-fil-A impact players on this side.
Yeah, Fournette, we talked about in the open, power running game, a big part of it. Traven Durrell on the outside, one of the guys that'll have to make plays one-on-one. And then Brian Bennett, the reason he's important, he's an inside defensive tackle. They've moved to the defensive inside spot for C.J. Johnson to get bigger against this run game. And Keith Lewis will step in for Tony Connor and play quite a bit as well.
2nd and 8, play action. Jennings rolling. Chased, turns it up, takes a big shot, a short gain. But now Brown, the linebacker, combining with Tony Connor.
This is what they want to see from Anthony Jennings. They want to see him hang with his primary receiver. Look at the coverage that he's looking into there. There's nowhere to go with the football. The freshman Trey Quinn came towards the end of the play, but Connor does a nice job there, puts a big hit. The ball actually came loose there almost towards the end of the play. But now here's a third down, which is where Ole Miss usually cranks up the pressure with just rushing 4 on quarterbacks.
Terrence McGee is the back. Jennings flips it short, complete. McGee has a first down. Has midfield. Breaks tackles deep into Ole Miss territory. Ball comes out, but no fumble. So a third down conversion and a lot more, and the Bayou Bengals are threatening.
Well, the last couple of weeks, Jennings has been dumping the ball to the backs. We saw it against Florida. We saw it last week where McGee had a number of catches. It's an easy throw, and on third down with pressure, a simple throw for him to be able to make. Surprised that Ole Miss didn't do a better job of coverage at taking away the easy throw and making him have to work downfield, but a good awareness and a nice check down there by Jennings.
McGee, the senior, had a monster game against Kentucky, 220 all-purpose yards. Here's a first down throw. Jennings flips it short, near side, completion inside the 30. It'll be a first down. Traven Durrell, his leading receiver, got 10.
And there it is. Early down play action. Break tendencies. This defense has heard all week that LSU is going to run the football. There's a look at Daniil Hunter walking off there.
Yeah, he's holding his left arm down by his side. He's the
star player of their LSU defense. But I love the call by Cam Cameron. Play action. We talked yesterday with Jennings. He said he loves to throw the ball on the run. He's more comfortable on the run than he is in the pocket.
Here's a first down handoff. And falling forward for a couple of yards. Ndichi makes the hit on McGee. Ole Miss has not allowed a first quarter touchdown this year. In fact, only 3 points allowed all season in the opening quarter by Dave Womack's defense.
This defense is confident, they're physical, but they've never faced this kind of attack. They're used to 4 receivers, dealing with teams that are going tempo, dealing with perimeter passing, dual threat quarterbacks. Tonight, it's a totally different look, a power running game, 2 tight ends many times, and they're running right at them and challenging them physically.
Fournette set deep on 2nd and 6. He's a 230-pounder. David Smith is our referee, this SEC crew. Come on, David.
The play clock malfunctioned on the previous play. It will be reset to 25 seconds.
There have been some clock issues over the years here when Ole Miss and LSU get together. A famous finish involving Burt Jones when they somehow squeezed 2 plays into 4 seconds. And other episodes as well. On 2nd and 6, Fournette hammers straight ahead and leans near the marker inside the 20 before Lewis stopped him.
A great combination blocks by Elliott Porter, but all Alexander, the center and left guard, watched him work on the inside. And they also get a great block by the fullback leading the way, Neighbors. Neighbors a very physical back. They'll rotate a number of different backs in there. Again, their whole premise is to not just have success early, but just continue to run the football and pound on this Ole Miss front 7, hoping that it eventually wears them down.
3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper and a first down near the 16-yard line. It's a left-handed running team, isn't it, Kirk? They run it more than 2/3 of the time, and they love to go behind Collins and Alexander to that direction.
I don't blame them. Those guys are very experienced, big bodies, have played a lot of SEC football. They know what it takes, and especially Collins, who's a local product from right here in Baton Rouge, has played a lot of football as a senior. 6'5", 321 pounds.
So a first down to the 16. Rebels have been stout in their red zone, to say the least. Only allowed 5 touchdowns and 15 trips by opponents. Fournette again left. Nothing there that time. Rebels came flying forward. Did they blow the whistle? Fournette is still running down to the 3. Rebels thought they had him stopped, and they stopped playing. But was there a whistle?
I think he got his hand down, Chris. I don't think he ever touched the surface. It looked like his backside came close to touching, but I think he got his hand down and stayed up. Right there. I don't think he ever touched the ground. He got his hand down. Great presence of mind to keep fighting. There's a great look at it right there.
Strength,
he never touched the ground.
Remember Auburn's Michael Dyer against Oregon? The Ducks kind of stopped playing on defense, and he ran down there, set up the game-winning field goal. But if there was a whistle blown, then you gotta stop it right there. And they'll talk about it. You get a sense of the skills of Leonard Fournette. You look at this guy, you think he was playing in high school last year?
Right.
St. Augustine in New Orleans.
Trying to tackle him.
They didn't do it very well.
6'1", 230, and you and I at practice Thursday kind of looking at each other like, wow, he's a lot bigger in person.
But he also runs very light across the ground. Not big, heavy-legged guy.
Right. Remember when
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play. LSU was chosen to replay the down at the previous spot. First down.
So Fournette did stay up. The officials acknowledged that, but a whistle blew the play dead.
That is a tough break after a great effort by the freshman Fournette. I mentioned to Les Miles and to Cam Cameron that Leonard Fournette reminds me of a young Leroy Horde. Cam Cameron, of course, coached Leroy Horde when he was at Michigan.
You like that comparison?
Physical back,
yeah.
but very light on his feet. Just a great athlete.
Fournette skips right, now spins back to the center and tries to muscle down near the 12-yard line. He's got the coveted number 7, which Ali Highsmith passed down to Patrick Peterson, to another All-American, Matthew, and then now it's been given to the freshman.
Look, 230 pounds, and watch this move. Great vision. Wow, right there. I mean, yeah, it's Darius Bryant right in the hole, and he just gave him a little shake and a spin, and he went right there. He's right there to make the play. And by the way, Bryant's made a lot of tackles this year. So it's just a random linebacker.
Now it's McGee in the game, but Jennings fakes it to him. Retreats, is grabbed and throws it out of bounds. Just got it away just before the sack by Ryan Bennett.
And what I've noticed with Anthony Jennings is when his primary receiver is not there, he starts to panic. His feet start to get a little bit anxious. Remember, this is only right there. His primary is right there. He could just sit there, try to find that second or third receiver, or better yet, just take off. Cam Cameron wants to see him just take off up the middle and try to get 2 or 3 yards.
He's been sacked 16 times, got that one away. Here's a 3rd and 6. McGee motioned out, empty backfield. Rebels rush 4. Jennings fires across the middle, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Trey Quinn. The crowd hollering for a flag on Trey Elston, but there isn't one.
Take a close look at this. Elston is an experienced player, a junior, a veteran. I think he gets there a little bit early with the right hand. Officials, I was surprised that we didn't see a flag come in there. Elston gets away with one. His right hand clearly in there early before the receiver had a chance to make a play on the football.
So another Mississippi opponent does not find pay dirt in the red zone, and Colby Delahousie, the sophomore, who's 20 of 21 in his career. Short one from 28. And he missed it. He hooked it. And LSU, after a promising drive, comes up empty. Second miss of his career.
And Ole Miss catches a big break. Give their defense credit for bending but not breaking, forcing the field goal, and then they catch a break here as he just mishits it, pulls it left.
Eeny, meeny, miny, go. More adventures await in the 7-passenger Lexus GX. See your Lexus dealer.
C-A-R.
They aren't born Cardinals or Razorbacks. Or Tigers.
A-U-X, go Tigers.
They need a little help.
Roll Tide.
So for 10 years, the Allstate Good Hands Nets program has supported college scholarships to help students prepare for a life that's good.
S.
S.
Let them know you're there.
At Goodyear, everything we've learned making these tires inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
He's back, and the loving is greater than ever. Monopoly at McDonald's. Now's your chance to score 50s, 100s, or a cool million. Shop till you drop with a $5,000 gift card from Target. Win a chartered flight on a Cessna jet for you and your crew. Or a one-on-one experience with LeBron.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Mr. Monopoly!
Welcome back.
You too.
Let's play this game.
Beautiful night to fly, and MetLife proud to cover tonight's game with unique aerial shots, one of America's most recognizable blimps. Snoopy 2. MetLife, I can do this. LSU holds the ball almost 6 minutes, goes 63 yards, but Delahousie misses for the first time in his last 12 attempts, going back to last year. Second possession for the Rebels at the 20. This is Mathers, now on the reverse. Cody Core Still running down the sidelines. Cody Core up near midfield, and one of the favorite plays for Hugh Freeze. He loves the trickery.
Well, you have an aggressive defense playing with a lot of emotion. You go misdirection, in this case a reverse. Watch Bo Wallace out in front. Picks up a great block on Godshaw, the true freshman, and that actually helps spring loose Core down that sideline. A missed tackle by the true freshman Jamal Adams, and a big gain by Ole Miss.
And a block by the quarterback at a 300-pound defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Wallace, a first down throw, batted at the line and almost intercepted. LSU very good at batting down passes. On the carom, Ronald Martin had a real chance, but it was Jamal Adams, the freshman, who got there.
Yeah, Jamal Adams makes a great play here. The freshman goes up in the air, and if he doesn't make that play, Treadwell makes the catch, Chris, and he's maybe a missed tackle away from taking it to the end zone.
We'll see number 33 Adams all over the field tonight. A future star, Kirk, if he isn't already a star in this defense.
Oh, without a doubt. When John Chavis, who coached Eric Berry at Tennessee, says he's the only one I've ever been around like Eric Berry at any position.
Wallace, a keeper, has room, has the left end, and powers for about 9 yards. White stopped him. Heather?
Chris, right now the LSU defense without their end, Danielle Hunter, who is running back right now as we speak from the locker room back out onto the field. He went into the locker room after that first series with an injured shoulder. Looks to me, guys, like he's going to return to action soon.
So important that he's able to come back, not just because of his playmaking ability, Heather, but the leadership.
It's Jeremy Liggins, a 300-pounder, the Wildcat quarterback. This is the short yardage specialty play. This guy can throw the ball. Missed on a pass last week, but his MO is to power straight ahead. Tigers can't stop him. First down inside the 40. High school quarterback. He's a good athlete.
He sure is. Rod Taylor, the guard, didn't even get a chance to get around. 73 supposed to help him, not get in his way. Look out, big fella. He runs him, pushes him out of the way. But you're right. He's a very talented athlete. High school, played quarterback. Junior college, played quarterback. So he's more than capable of eventually coming back and making a throw out of that formation.
Here comes Jalen Walton in motion. They hand it to Mathers up the middle, short gain. Hugh Freeze will call a game cautiously if he feels like his defense is playing well. He'll pull out the stops in the fourth quarter if he needs to.
Well, Tennessee game last week, a great example of that. I think early in the game, not great field position, kind of feeling his way. Tennessee gave him some different looks that they weren't expecting, made the adjustments, and then became more aggressive in the second half.
Walton turns the corner, gets a block. Pulled down inside the 30, another third and short.
This zone read game is important in the last 3 weeks because it also involves 14 Bo Wallace running. It's not just about Walton or Mathers having a chance to run the football, or Mathers. It's also about Wallace, and that has an impact on the defense and how they try to defend Ole Miss.
Need a yard and a half, so it's Wallace still in the game. Handoff in the backfield, but the Tigers swarm. It's a loss back to the 30. It'll be fourth down. Godshaw, the freshman, got there.
Great penetration. Remember, there's some youth up there as well from Ole Miss. And look at Godshaw. He's a true freshman playing in the SEC. Missed almost his entire senior year with a knee injury. Was recruited by both of these schools and ends up coming to LSU and is making a huge difference in this year.
Rebels going for it, Kirk. 4th and 2. Play clock at 5, and the Rebels will spend a timeout to talk about it.
Timeout, Ole Miss. The first charge timeout in the first half.
We'll see if Freeze continues to elect to go for it when we come back to Baton Rouge.
Hampton knows it's your most important video conference of the day.
Hi. Hi, buddy.
That's why the Wi-Fi and free hot breakfast are something to smile about. And good reasons to book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
Back by popular demand, Outback Steak and Lobster starting at $14.99. For a limited time, we're searing up America's boldest steaks with classic steamed lobster or Old Bay butter lobster on the barbie. Steak and lobster starting at just $14.99. That's no rules, just right.
At T-Mobile, you can hook up the whole family for $100. Get 4 lines with unlimited talk, text, and up to 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. Plus, get the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 4 for $0 down.
Live a full life. The Lexus CT Hybrid with an EPA estimated 42 mpg. The further you go, the more interesting it gets. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Can 7-Up 10 pack full 7-Up flavor into only 10 calories? Well, if you can pack 5 seasons of your favorite show into just one weekend, pack this much heat into one wing, this much drama into one friend,
You guys don't think I'm crazy, because I'm not crazy.
and pack this much girly into one man, then yes, 7-Up 10 can pack full 7-Up flavor into only 10 calories. That's the power of 10, also packed in these brands.
Follow your favorite team this season and book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Hampton Hotels. Feel the Hamptonality. And in part by the Lexus GX. Dare to be spontaneous. And Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Homecoming weekend here in Baton Rouge is a perfect weather afternoon. Nice morning for us on College game day, and another Saturday night drama in Tiger Stadium. Rebels have marched 50 yards. Now they face a 4th and 2 at the 30.
It's something you'll see with Bo Wallace coming out here. Hugh Freeze loves to tag a run play with a matchup if he finds it with a pass play. So whether it's Laquan Treadwell, who will be probably up at the top, or an Evan Ingram, if they get a matchup they like, they'll abort their running play and try to get the ball to one of their receivers.
They pass on what would be a 47-yard field goal attempt. That's within Wunderlich's range. Treadwell in motion. They throw it far side, incomplete. He hurried to throw Kirk a little bit. He was pressured, but the Tigers hold.
Yeah, they tried a rub route with Evan Ingram, 17, trying to get in the way of Lamar Lewis, the safety who was trying to get out into the flat to stay with Walton. And as you said, he hurried it. Ingram does a good job right there of setting that screen, and there's nobody out in the flat for Walton. He's wide open, and Wallace just forced to throw and hurried it.
Monday on SportsCenter, an exclusive sit-down with Michael Jordan after Monday Night Football.
F provokes lust. It elicits pride, incites envy, and unleashes wrath. Temptation comes in many heart-pounding forms, but only one letter. F, the performance mark from Lexus.
The college football playoff system I invented, quite simple. The 4 best teams play each other, okay? Sandwich State wins, Dr. Pepper University defeats Banana Tech, overrated. All right, now these 2 teams play in the national championship. The winner of that game, naturally Dr. Pepper, gets crowned the first true #1 in the history of college football. That clear, Jesse?
Crystal, Larry.
Enjoy your lunch. That sandwich is a loser.
Water Galsuni. Charter 1 Lord, sure son of a gun. Tartar Sadube. 2 eyes at Zod again, Quine. Why, Jan G. Pew, sure pin liquor, both fang. Why, she Jan Young Boo 1. Can you Lancy hone you? Boo Young Can. See Moolah. You know what I'm saying?
Get Charter Internet for only $29.99 per month. Charter, make way for more.
We're not asking you for a huge down payment. How about $299 a month for a new 2014 Nissan Altima with 0 down? Where's this great deal? At Bill Hood Nissan in Hammond. You don't have to lease to get low payments. For only $299 a month, you own a new 2014 Nissan Altima. Say yes to better prices. Say yes to lower payments. Plus, come by and receive a free Join the Fight t-shirt to help support breast cancer awareness. At Bill Hood Nissan in Hammond. See more great deals. BillHoodNissan.com.
Taco Bell studio update, Alabama and Tennessee. First ball play Lane Kiffin called in Neyland Stadium since leaving the Vols is an 80-yard touchdown. Blake Sims to Amari Cooper. Cooper doing almost all of the work. Extra point was shanked. Crimson Tide up 6-0, Chris.
Reese, thank you. Auburn down 7-0 to South Carolina early on the Plains.
Yeah, the old ball coach in a big underdog role. We talked about that this morning on game day. You forget about them. They're always a threat with Steve Spurrier.
Northwestern Mutual showing you the AP top 10. Mississippi State had to battle in Lexington, win by 2 touchdowns. LSU back to work at the 30. Terrence McGee hammers straight ahead. Tigers came up empty in the last drive, but they did get a chance to sort of tenderize that Ole Miss defense a bit.
And I think they have some newfound confidence coming off of the last couple weeks and the way they executed against Florida and Gainesville, last week against Kentucky. So I think it's important for them facing this good a defense, this much talent on one side of the football, to try to continue with that mojo and the confidence that they've been able to reestablish here the last couple weeks.
303 rushing yards against the Cats. McGee again, cuts left and muscles across the 40. It'll be a first down for LSU. Jennings only had to complete 7 passes last week in the route.
In all the games that I've watched this year with Ole Miss's defense, this is the first time that I have seen them where they look a little bit in question. They look a little bit in doubt. They don't have the same confidence yet here early in this game. And it's still second possession, but they're not playing as fast as we've seen them play in the past against this different system of LSU's.
They fake it to Fournette. Jennings fires down the middle and throws it to the freshman, who makes a nice catch and muscles down into the red zone. Leonard Fournette showing the skill set.
What a call by Cam Cameron. He clears everybody out and opens up the middle of the defense. Denzel Condici one-on-one. He's a former safety. He can match up well, but a perfectly thrown ball by Jennings in the one-on-one matchup. But Cam Cameron opened up the middle for that one-on-one matchup.
Tigers playing fast. Give it to Fournette on first down. Lowers the shoulder and muscles for about 3. They worked a lot in practice throwing to the backs, and Fournette showed some very soft hands and those quick feet.
He sure did, and then he comes back the next play and lowers his shoulder. The same defender, Denzel Condici, stepping in and trying to take on a 230-pound running back. Even though he's a freshman, he is a big load to try to bring down, and Condici felt it that play.
Tigers back in the red zone. Inside of 2 minutes in the first quarter. Fournette. Good blocking. Leonard Fournette hammering down inside the 5.
What a great block by Dylan Gordon right here. He seals it, and you'll see the right guard come around and pick up another block. This is an LSU offense right now that has a lot of confidence. A great seal block. You see a kick-out block by the right guard, and the fullback leads the way. And Fournette and LSU in rhythm right now with this offense.
And Denzel Condici, the junior linebacker, one of the Condici brothers, on the field as they check his right ankle. Timeout.
You can bring back a lot of things from a trip around the world, but you can't always bring back customer data. Because many customers don't like it when their data moves around. Can I go now? If you're going to do business globally, you need a cloud that can keep your data where it needs to be. Today there's a new way to work, and it's made with IBM.
This is the iPhone 6.
And this is the iPhone 6 Plus.
They come with a thing called Health, so they can help you track a lot of stuff. Like today I walked 3.8 miles.
Well, I ran 4.2 miles.
Well, I climbed 11 flights of stairs.
Well, I drank a smoothie that had 362 calories in it.
Well, I had a funnel cake that had 1,230 calories in it.
You know that's not good, right?
It was good. It was delicious.
Synchrony Financial partners with over 200,000 businesses, from fashion retailers to healthcare providers, from jewelers to sporting goods stores, to help their customers get what they want and need. Banking, loyalty, analytics. Synchrony Financial. Engage with us.
At IHOP, October is deliciously scary. Kids can create scary face pancakes for a price you'll love. And on Halloween Day, we've got a special treat. Scary face pancakes are free, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Bring the family to IHOP all month and watch scary face pancakes disappear.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
Tigers with a 1st and goal as Denzel Kimdichie is being treated. Watch the right ankle of number 4, the linebacker here.
And it was the play before where we talked about Fournette. The contact, watch the right ankle right there, goes right underneath him. Turns, gets caught between him, his weight, and also the surface, and he couldn't get his ankle out of there. He tried to go the next play, and he just literally took a knee.
He rotates for Serdarius Bryant at the stinger position. Number 14 comes in as the Tigers try to muscle it in. 1st and goal. Fournette. Ball comes out. Rebels think they have the football at the 1-yard line. And it's a touchback. The ball was fumbled into the end zone, and Cody Pruitt recovers for Ole Miss. And the Rebels dodge another bullet in Tiger Stadium.
First 2 possessions, both get into the red zone for LSU's. You said a missed field goal on the first possession, and now they're driving. They've got Ole Miss on their heels. D.T. Shackelford is in there, but it was the extra effort by Fournette. He would not be denied. He kept trying to fight to get into the end zone, and that effort ended up costing him the football.
They'll review it. You can see the ball was still squirting around. It almost got recovered at the 1. It would be a break for Ole Miss if they rule it a touchback.
Yeah, but I think the effort to try to get into the end zone, and Shackelford, I think, eventually knocked that football loose. I don't think anybody had it until finally Pruitt looks down and says, look at that, the football's here. Picked it up.
As tough as Fournette is, you talk to coaches about true freshmen and ball security. This was not happening in high school. Guys were not grabbing at the football in St. Augustine and New Orleans the way they are in the SEC.
No. I mean, on one hand, you obviously appreciate the effort. He's off to a great start in this game. The effort there, he looked like he was down, but he kept fighting to try to get the ball into the end zone. But when you do that, you've got to really pay attention to the football, because you've got to. Shackelford's been playing football here for 5 years at Ole Miss. He knows every trick in the book. And he's able to not give up on the play and knock that ball loose.
So they're continuing to review this. It seemed pretty clear that the ball was ripped out before Fournette hit the ground.
You know, you'll see Fournette with his effort.
Trying to find out whether the ball was recovered at the 1 or whether it was knocked loose in the end zone.
That's slow motion. It looked like Serdarius Bryant may have had his hands on the ball. I don't know if it was you could ever consider that. There's the ball, eventually gets through Bryant, and Pruitt picks it up in the end zone, which would be a touchback.
Right now the ball is spotted on the 20, so they have to see something, indisputable visual evidence, to change what's been ruled on the field. What is it going to take to score on this defense in the red zone? I mean, nobody scored a touchdown in the first quarter all year against them.
I love the emotions of what you just saw there.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Fumble. Ole Miss, first down.
And Kirk, it's the 31st straight game in which Ole Miss has forced a turnover.
Remember, I just talked about, Chris, how it doesn't feel like the same Ole Miss defense. And maybe a play like that can spark this defense. You can see Shackelford trying to rally the troops, getting them to get that attitude, to get that hunger and swagger that they played with all year back.
Oh, DT doesn't like the spread. This is his kind of game.
This is his game.
So Wallace and the Rebels at the 20. They hand it off, a first down run, but the Tigers D-line is playing downhill, and it's a loss. Kendall Beckwith on the tackle.
Saw another Tiger walk into the locker room, and it may have been Jalen Mills. We'll have to keep an eye on him as well. This LSU secondary has a lot of depth, but you take out Dwayne Thomas, who's already out tonight, now possibly Jalen Mills, who walked into the locker room. That depth is being challenged.
Mills, a safety, has started 35 consecutive games. Wallace fires far side, a looping throw and a catch made. And off and running is Jalen Walton down the sidelines to the end zone. Ole Miss creates a turnover and strikes back quickly, 80 yards.
What a job here by Laquan Treadwell. Keep an eye on him and watch him, again, set a screen here to try to free up the back out of the backfield. You see how he sets up the pick? That forced the corner Collins to have to adjust back to the running back slipping down the sideline. But another job by Hugh Freeze. The rub route, the pick, has been in the news a lot since last week because of Notre Dame. That was perfectly well executed.
Saw Treadwell over there, the receiver, hushing the crowd. They'll review it to see if Jalen Walton stepped out of bounds. If it stands, it's his 7th touchdown, which leads the team. Beautiful throw.
What a throw. It's a timed up route between Wallace and Walton. Let's see if he steps out of bounds. That's the shot that they'll probably take a really close look at.
There's Ricky Jefferson flying across. And the foot, you got to see green between the foot and the line. It looks like he may have caught the sideline.
The only problem with that look is you can't tell from that angle. It looks like he may have touched, but is his foot actually down on the ground?
Yeah, it was the ball foot of the heel. You're right, it's tough to tell.
Yeah. And now you're asking the replay booth to be able to make a determination on that. That's a tough one to maybe overturn.
You've got Dave Kataya, our official consultant in the booth. Dave, how would you see that if you were the replay official?
Well, Chris and Kirk, it's exactly what you say. Now, it looks like the foot's on the sideline, but can you definitely tell that heel is down on the white? Okay, maybe 90% yes, but can you definitely tell? Not from here.
And with the booth, they need to feel that there's 100% confirmation in order to be able to overturn it.
Yeah, it's not beyond any reasonable doubt. It's beyond all doubt. And I'm sure they're slowing it down and freeze framing it. And maybe they'll have a look. But based on this look, you can't see if the ball's if his foot is definitely down.
James Allison is the replay official. If it's ruled that Walton stepped out of bounds, the ball will be at the LSU 44-yard line.
Well, it's pretty obvious to see that Hugh Freeze's answer to LSU's man coverage is a lot of rub routes and using receivers to maybe screen or rub linebackers.
We've seen those, haven't we?
That's what I said. It's been in the news a lot this week. But their receivers are doing it where they're not just putting
blocking.
Blocking. They're actually putting their arms up and just kind of screening the linebacker from getting out there. But the timing between Bo Wallace and Jalen Walton on that throw was perfect.
Walton part of that tailback rotation. 9 catches on the season coming in.
And if this holds up, you talk about a change of a feel, not just in this game, a 14-point swing, but the energy in Tiger Stadium in Death Valley. You go from potentially being up 7-0 or 10-0 to all of a sudden miss field goal, fumble into the end zone, and they turn right around 2 plays later and go 80 yards.
There were 2 feet where Walton was being scrutinized by the replay official, James Allison. Let's get the ruling here. Looks like the touchdown's coming off the board. They're marching back.
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
So no touchdown. They looked at two different footsteps of Walton and reviewed and determined that he did step out at the 37. So 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Walton out of the game to get a breather, and Travius Mathers is in. Actually, they motion Walton back in, fake it to him. Wallace fires over the middle. Treadwell makes a leaping catch down at the 10. He beat Jamal Adams, the freshman.
And it's a great matchup where you have a safety trying to slow down one of the most talented receivers in the SEC. And how about the ball position by Bo Wallace? He gets back off of the play action look, and he's got the matchup that he wants.
They're playing fast. First down at the 10. Wallace rolls, flips it short, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Tiger defensive line gets a hand up. That's Rasco.
That's one way to stop these offenses that go tempo and quick throws. Is sometimes that's all you can do. LSU does a great job with that, with Hunter on one side and Rasco on the other.
He batted down a couple passes that influenced a couple other short throws by Wallace. Big Jeremy Liggins is in the game on 2nd and goal. So is Jordan Wilkins. They pitch it. Here comes a throwback. Wallace on the receiving end. Jump ball's picked up. No, dropped. Nearly intercepted. In fact, they're going to rule that Jalen Collins made the catch and now overruled by the back judge. That ball definitely hit the ground as they try the trick play, and it very nearly is a disaster.
Hugh Freeze has this defense a bit on its heels with his attack, and I think he went. It's definitely a drop ball. He's trying to take advantage of an aggressive defense. We saw the reverse, that worked out for him. We've seen some misdirection. That time he's trying to get the defense to overflow, but Collins sits back and does a nice job of staying home.
3rd and goal. Tigers say the right side of the Rebels line moved, and they're right.
False start, 74 offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Van Cooper, the tackle.
That's what playing on the road in Death Valley can do to you. Cooper leaning in, trying to get a call. He can't hear anything. Cost him 5 yards. Coming out of his stance. Again, Treadwell is up at the top, and when they get him isolated, they're very confident that he can win those matchups. One-on-one against Jalen Collins.
Play clock at 4. Fired, far side, caught. Diving into the end zone is Cody Core. Touchdown, Ole Miss. On 3rd and goal from the 15. They march 80 yards.
Boy, what a comeback by Bo Wallace and this offense. After the near interception, they go away from Treadwell, and they go away from Sanders, and they show you that depth of this wide receiving core. They go to Cody Core. Well read, well designed, and a great matchup for Ole Miss's offense.
Leaping in the air, breaking the plane with that football held out in the right arm as Rashard Robinson was shoving him out. And with 7 seconds to go in the opening quarter, the Rebels, after having an 80-yard touchdown pass overturned by the replay, they're going to take a look at this one.
Touchdown.
Why not? That's been the pattern. Question, of course, is did Core extend that ball across the plane before he landed out of bounds?
There wasn't an immediate call for a touchdown. Vince Sanders took 2 defenders with him to open that up in the flat for Cody Core.
Here's a better look.
It's all about the ball.
The ball was certainly inside the pylon. It appears to have crossed the plane.
Well, that looks like it. It's not his body, it's the football. Sure. It's like a touchdown to me, but.
You use the combination of replays, Kirk, to see if it was inside the sideline and across the plane.
Right.
James Allison, the replay officials, getting to work out here in the first quarter. Dave, how did you see that play?
Well, this is an airborne player. Because he's an airborne player, that ball has to be over the top or inside the pylon. And from what I see here, it's inside. And at least it's going to stand, in my opinion.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
So no reversal on this one. And Cody Core has his 5th touchdown reception of the season, the rangy slot receiver. And that has subdued the locals in Death Valley for the moment. Tigers in control much of this first quarter, dominating with the ground game, and some nice throws by Jennings, but 2 miscues in the red zone.
I mentioned Vince Sanders, who's a very talented receiver for this offense. He's going to go to the slant, and watch how he ends up taking both LSU defenders with him to open up the flat and make an easy read for Bo Wallace. Sanders goes to the slant. He holds Robinson in the corner. Also the safety there, Ronald Martin, gets it out to the flat. And not only that, he gets it out fast. By making a quick decision, it gave Core a chance to catch the ball and then run upfield and get to the end zone.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Kirk. He threw the ball before Core even turned.
Absolutely.
So Ole Miss up 7 seconds to play. More college football tonight on ESPN. Out to the Pac-12, rainy, windy Seattle as Arizona State comes in there to take on the Huskies. They've beaten Washington 8 straight. Hotty toddy is the rally cry. Ole Miss fans really consider LSU their top rival, at least fans of a certain age. The younger folks recognize the Magnolia State rivalry, Mississippi State, at least in recent years. But for older Ole Miss fans, it's LSU. And Hugh Freeze giving his players a lesson on the great, rich history of this rivalry, really beginning on Sunday. Here's the kick by Wunderlich to the end zone, where Fournette will bring it out. And Fournette breaks a tackle, lowers the shoulder, trying to shake off that fumble down at the 1-yard line, takes it to the 33 on the final play of the opening quarter. LSU operating on offense like they hoped, but down 7 thanks to the Wallace touchdown pass.
If you don't think seize the trip when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Get inspired with AARP Travel. Plan and book your trip online and get hot travel tips from the pros. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
What's the best way to own a room? With confidence and a new look for fall. Now at Men's Warehouse, get 60% off almost all suits and sport coats. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence in every look. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Goodyear, driven by those who use the world as their proving ground. Goodyear, more driven.
What you got there?
Oh, Cheez-It Grooves. It's a Cheez-It, but it's light and crispy like a chip, kind of the best of both worlds.
There's more than one world?
No,
they're among us?
It's just...
You're one of them! Help! He's got a probe!
It's a pen.
We take the time for our cheese to mature in our Cheez-It Grooves.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm painfully awkward, Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
DirecTV is #1 in customer satisfaction over all cable TV providers.
With cable, you wait forever for them to show up. I hope it's not a girl. Or a guy.
Fact, DirecTV has been ranked higher than cable for over 10 years.
Fact, I can't go with other people in the room.
Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Turn the trips you have to take into one you'll never forget. Earn triple points when you book with the Expedia app. Expedia Plus Rewards.
Right now at Burger King, get 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.49. No, wait, is that really right?
Yep, it says it right there. $1.49, 10 nuggets, limited time only.
All right. They're crispy and golden on the outside, made with premium white meat on the inside. Get more your way, only at Burger King.
I think Cam Newton needs to be a better leader.
He's got so much more responsibility.
He's the guy that they're looking to.
Sweat. It says I'm not going to settle.
it means I'm not gonna stop until I get what I need. But I'm not gonna tell you how much I'm working. I'm gonna show you.
Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show begins Tuesday on ESPN.
I'm Reese Davis, Dr. Pepper Conference Update. Neyland Stadium, Alabama and Tennessee. Lane Kiffin has dialed up some ball plays for Amari Cooper. This is second touchdown catch of the night. 5 catches, 185 yards in the first quarter. And Alabama's inside the 5 again against Tennessee, up 13-0.
Reese, thank you. Kirk reporting that Lane Kiffin reported that it was a little crazy down there in Knoxville.
Yeah, he just sent me a text saying it's crazy. And I didn't even ask him how it is. He just sent that. So I'm guessing the stories after that game will be pretty interesting. His walk into that stadium.
2 productive drives for LSU, but nothing to show for it. This is McGee. When a reliable kicker misses a chip shot, his second career miss, and then your stud tailback fumbles on the 1, then the Rebels go down and score. It's an early test for an LSU team that's already had a couple losses.
Well, I think this is going to be an interesting possession for them because this has been a tough year for them. It's a rebuilding year, even though they've kind of gathered themselves these last couple weeks. You know, they lost to Mississippi State. They got defeated by Auburn. This is not the year that they're expected to have. And to start as good as they did and not be able to finish those drives, they need something here to get the crowd back into the game and get themselves back into this game.
McGee on the deep handoff, plows straight ahead to the 40. It'll be 3rd and short.
They're having a lot of success establishing that line of scrimmage, trying to stay balanced. They have 18 plays so far, 13 have been on the ground. But, you know, I think they've done enough with Jennings throwing the football to make Ole Miss have to respect that. And that's all he needs to do tonight. Just enough in the passing game to make them be aware of it, and then they can get back to running the ball.
It's McGee in the I formation. On 3rd and 2, he's got it. Running right, and has a first down out near the 44.
Such a different game for this Ole Miss defense. Dealing with this big offensive line, 2 tight ends, old school. Look at the fullback in there leading the way. It's the wear and tear of 4 quarters of trying to defend this style that can be very, very troubling. And remember, we've already seen Denzel Kimdichie go out. That affects the depth. They wanted to rotate a lot of bodies for Dave Womack, the defensive coordinator.
It's his brother Robert Kimdichie, number 5. And first down, this is McGee again. Breaks the tackle, hard run, and LSU tailbacks, but the ball comes loose, and the Rebels have it. Another fumble by LSU. Cody Pruitt pried it loose.
He's been making plays for this defense all year, but how about LSU? Another very effective run. It was about to be an 8 or 9 yard run, but this Ole Miss defense, now look at his hand right there, intentionally trying to strip at the football, to rip it out of there, and C.J. Johnson pounces on top of it for Ole Miss. Another great effort by another LSU running back, and it's that extra effort where Ole Miss is able to get the football loose.
Good morning.
Morning.
Your morning could use a hand. Taco Bell Steak and Egg AM Crunch Wrap with a hash brown inside. A whole breakfast in one hand.
Mia Hamm has always been driven to be the best, making her one of the most winning soccer players. Mazda has always been driven to be our best. It's why we engineer highly acclaimed cars like the Mazda 6. J.D. Power has awarded the Mazda 6 the highest ranked vehicle appeal among midsize cars. Skyactiv technology gives it the winning combination of best-in-class fuel efficiency and uncompromised performance. The 2015 Mazda 6. What do you drive?
Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come.
Okay, I'll see you later, bud.
To me.
Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave's.
When you come home.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
You already have Charter TV. Now get internet and phone and watch what happens. Switch to Charter Internet, faster than the speed of WoW. Take off with 30 megs of speed. Bandwidth that lets multi-people multitask, stream movies, play games, watch videos, email, and share vines all at once. No slowdowns. Shazam! For only $29.99 a month. Just call 877-959-1667. Then pick up Charter Phone for unlimited local and long-distance calling. No counting minutes, just counting up more than 13 popular calling features. And catch this. No drop calls. All for $19.99 a month. Get the Charter Double Play for even more of what you love. It's more Charter, more speed, more talk. More how did they do that? Charter Internet just $29.99 a month. Charter Phone just $19.99 a month when bundled. Call 877-959-1667. See for yourself. Call Charter today.
The game's all about getting and keeping a grip on the football for LSU so far. They've dropped 2 potential interceptions, Kurt.
Yeah, Ronald Martin drops that interception. Then the fumble here deep in Ole Miss territory where the Rebels pounce on top of it. Throwback, they think they maybe have him out of position, but a dropped interception by Jalen Collins. That's 2 dropped interceptions. Now here's another fumble by LSU. So if you add it all up, don't forget the missed field goal. 2 fumbles, 2 dropped interceptions, and a missed field goal early in this game. But they're executing. They're just self-destructing.
Matching the turnover total, 2 already in the first half from their first 4 SEC games. This is not a team that fumbles until tonight. Rebels at the 48. Mathers knifing. He drops the ball, but falls on it. There's a scrum inside the LSU 40. Tigers trying to sell the officials that they have it. Just came out of Mathers' hands. But he got a lucky bounce. He retains possession.
Bounced right back up to him. That play really opened up. The Ole Miss offensive line does a nice job. Fawn Cooper climbing up to that second level, get to the linebackers. Ball's knocked loose by Ronald Martin from behind. Ball just one of those nights. Ball bounced right back up into his hands.
Wallace, a first down attempted throw, now works back to the left. Looking for Treadwell downfield into double coverage, and it falls incomplete. He trusts Treadwell so much, he'll even throw it up when number 1 is well covered.
Well, yeah, he was covered. I'm very surprised that Bo Wallace, the way he's played these last 3 weeks, as much as he loves Treadwell, just throw that football away.
Flag down.
It's 1st and 10. Go to 2nd and 10.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
And I stand corrected, and I apologize to Mr. Wallace because he felt that. He felt it, and probably felt the flag, and
had a free
why
play?
not take a shot?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1st and 5. Ball at the 34. They fake it to Walton and Wallace. Far side. Another jump ball. Did he get the foot down? It was Vince Sanders who went up. Catch good. Well, now they'll talk about it. They'll spot the ball down.
I think they're going to have to take a look. You saw the official's hat come off. Vince Sanders, his feet are out of bounds. The defender, Collins, is pushing him. We're going to have to take another look just to see if he was forced out and then came back in, and he even came down out of bounds.
Yeah, the hat may be immaterial because I don't think he got the foot down.
No, that's incomplete.
Illegal touching on the offense. It'll be 2nd down at the previous spot.
Well, it's an incomplete pass anyway.
Free said, oh my God, but yeah, it pretty clearly went out of bounds. And
yeah,
didn't get a foot down anyway.
I think Hughes frustrated because he felt Collins is forcing him out of bounds with his hands, but you see his left foot came down out of bounds anyway. That's an incomplete pass. It would have been 2nd down from this spot anyway.
Walton and Mathers, 2 tailbacks in the game. Handoff, running left, and plenty of room. Jalen Walton gets the corner, and Walton bounces untouched to the end zone. There is a flag down back at the 36, so hold on.
Nicholas Parker, number 34 here, the fullback, was involved in a hold for Ole Miss. This will come back.
Holding on the offense, number 34. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
It was Mathers, not Walton, on the carry, but it's coming back.
Yeah, he's 34 right here, involved, and clearly the defender locks him up, tackles him. It's Daniil Hunter who's trying to make a play on the football. Usually Parker, who's used as a tight end and an H-back, very reliable that time. Because of the respect he has for Daniil Hunter, he tried to seal block him, but the quickness of Hunter forced him into having to grab on and hold on to him.
So 2nd and 15. Penalty pushes the Rebels back out of Wonderlick's field goal range. Handoff again. Patiently picking his way down to the 40-yard line. The 35 is Walton. Third manageable now.
Hugh Freeze is doing a really good job of giving different formations, a lot of window dressing with his offense. He loves to give the defense a lot to look at, a lot to think about, pre-snap movement, guys in motion, trying to make that defense have to communicate. And a lot of times they'll run the same plays.
Wallace on 3rd and 7 for the 3rd time tonight. The ball batted down at the line. 4th down.
The blitzing linebacker, Kendall Beckwith, there gets his hands up and knocks this football down. Chris, we talked about how sometimes even when you blitz, these quarterbacks get the ball out of their hands so quickly, you can't always get the sack. So the only thing you're left to do is to get your hands up as linebackers blitzing or defensive linemen and knock it down. We've already seen LSU have some success in this first half doing that.
Freeze will play field position football as the left-footed Aussie Will Gleason takes that backspin and has played beautifully at the 6-yard line. So Ole Miss up 7, pins the Tigers deep.
Introducing our new grilled chicken. Hungry for more? Go to grilledlove.com.
You know how fast you were going?
Yeah, about 55.
Where are you headed at such an appropriate speed?
Across the country to enhance the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network. How's it working for you?
Better than ever. How'd you do it?
Added cell sites, increased capacity.
And your point is?
So you can download music, games, and directions for the road when you need them.
Who's this guy?
Oh, that's Charlie.
You ever put pepper spray on your burrito? I like it spicy, but not like, oh, spicy.
You always like this?
You have no idea.
AT&T, the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network.
Mia Hamm has always been driven to be the best, making her one of the most winning soccer players. Mazda has always been driven to be our best. It's why we engineer highly acclaimed cars like the Mazda 6. J.D. Power has awarded the Mazda 6 the highest-ranked vehicle appeal among midsize cars. Skyactiv technology gives it the winning combination of best-in-class fuel efficiency and uncompromised performance. The 2015 Mazda 6. What do you drive?
So. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine. And reach, toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just 4 days.
4 days?
Yep.
See why speed matters at Aflac.com.
ESPN College Football Primetime is brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. And Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich.
Well, Tigers defense makes a stand important not to let Ole Miss cash that second fumble into more points. Ole Miss with 90 points off turnovers. If you add the 7 with the 80-yard drive here, they continue to pile on. Number 1 in the FBS in that category. It's Fournette standing in the end zone in the I formation. He's got it. Another run to the left and a nice first down gain.
One thing you have to hang your hat on if you're Cam Cameron at LSU, outside of the mistakes, the fumble down inside the 2-yard line by Fournette. We also saw McGee with a fumble on their last possession. They're executing. I mean, they are moving the football and doing a great job of keeping this very aggressive Ole Miss defense off balance, mixing up their looks. Now, they've only thrown 5 passes, but I think they've done a nice job with their formations of being able to find matchups that they like up front and being able to get 4, 5, and 6 yards when they're running the ball.
21 plays, Kirk. 16 have been runs, even more run heavy than usual for LSU. Fournette again. And this time Ole Miss stacks him up. It'll be 3rd and 3. Channing Ward, the defensive end, got him.
And I think Cam Cameron understands that there he is right there. Of course, has been around for a long time. Was a head coach in Indiana, spent some time in the NFL. Most recently, he was with the Baltimore Ravens as an offensive coordinator. And he's been here for a couple years now, enjoying the college experience again as an assistant coach. But he knows he's going to get a lot of 8- and 9-man fronts from Ole Miss. But eventually, he's going to have to see how they execute here on 3rd down. They're going to have to mix in a few more pass plays.
It's McGee in the eye. Behind the fullback Neighbors. McGee running left. Has a first down. Be who we are is what Cameron says about LSU's offensive personality.
Yeah, and there's the left side again. They have a lot of confidence, a lot of trust when they get to those 3rd and short situations. You saw some penetration by Isaac Gross, got upfield, but a really nice job of kind of sticking to their guns and following the big fellas, Collins and Alexander, on that left side. So do what we do, and as bad as this game has gone as far as self-destructing and some turnovers, my point here early in this game is just stick to what you're doing because it's working as long as you take care of the football. They're executing very well.
They're getting 3rd and shorts, and they've converted 4 out of 5. But here's a first down throw. Jennings looping the ball downfield. Diving attempt, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get his big play receiver, Traven Durrell, who leads FBS in yards per catch at about 26.5.
Yeah, and they tried, again, early downs, a little out and up, trying to challenge him and try to hope that Hilton might bite on that. Remember, these corners are living on an island tonight. They're out there by themselves, so the safeties can get involved in run support. So the matchup outside 2 or 3 or 4 times tonight, they're going to take some shots. Who wins those matchups will be key.
Trickier play call now on 2nd and 10. Rebels show some pressure. They run into it, but hit immediately and dropped Tony Connor. So it'll be 3rd and long. Heather?
Chris, this Ole Miss Landshark defense without Denzel Kandichi, the outside linebacker, is on crutches, has a boot on that left ankle. He is finished for the night.
All right, Heather. Thank you. It looked bad when he limped off very slowly. It means that Serdarius Bryant, number 14, will have to play a lot of snaps tonight at that stinger linebacker position. 3rd and 11 now. It's a tougher proposition for Jennings. Rebels don't blitz, but Jennings is still pressured and chased. Dumps it off short. Catch made. Muscling for a first down is Terrence McGee. So they convert to a running back again.
Well, he knows on 3rd down, Ole Miss in recent weeks brings a lot of pressure. Marquise Haynes from the right there, so he steps up. What a good job of being able to avoid the pressure from C.J. Johnson. And then when Bryant decided to leave his receiver, the running back, and come down and close in on the quarterback, Jennings does a nice job of playing a little cat and mouse game and just dumps it down to him.
Got 13 on 3rd and 11, so they're 5 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. Toss sweep. McGee has the edge. Gets a couple blocks. Cuts it back into Ole Miss territory and dropped at the 45. And the power running game working again.
How about these receivers? They have bought into this system. Traven Durrell is a great receiver. He wants to catch the ball right there in the slot at the top. Does a nice job right there pushing and being able to make a play to spring McGee, but also the guys up front pushing people around. Ethan Posick pulling around, doing a good job. I love to see receivers like Traven Durrell, who's a sophomore, 6'2", 195 pounds. It's hard enough to try to replace Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Now he's being asked to block a lot and does a good job with it.
Give some love to Connor Neighbors, that sawed-off fullback who threw a block on that right side as well. Got to hurry. Play clock was at 1, and Jennings did not notice. LSU was able to get the timeout before the 5-yard penalty.
Timeout. LSU, their first charge timeout of the first half.
Midway second quarter. LSU on the march again.
Hampton knows it's your most important video conference of the day.
Hi. Hi, buddy.
That's why the Wi-Fi and free hot breakfast are something to smile about. And good reasons to book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
It's the $6.99 Pick Your Pairs deal at Pizza Hut. Pick 2 medium pizzas and a total of 4 toppings for $6.99 each. Want 2 toppings on one and 2 on the other? 3 in 1? Get it however you want and on your favorite crusts. Pan thin and crispy or hand tossed. Just $6.99 a pizza. Pizza Hut.
This is not exactly what I expected.
This is a creepy room.
Oh, hey, Captain Obvious.
You should have used Hotels.com. Their genuine guest reviews are written by guests who have genuinely stayed there, instead of people who lie on the internet. Here's a review. It's worse in person.
Some cashback cards limit your rewards by telling you where you can earn bonus cashback. And then those categories change every few months. 1 month, it's the gym. Next month, it's movie theater. Who buys that much popcorn? Get the Quicksilver card from Capital One. It lets you call the shots. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on absolutely every purchase everywhere. Now, isn't that how it should be? What's in your wallet?
Mia Hamm has always been driven to be the best, making her one of the most winning soccer players. Mazda has always been driven to be our best. It's why we engineer highly acclaimed cars like the Mazda 6. J.D. Power has awarded the Mazda 6 the highest-ranked vehicle appeal among midsize cars. Skyactiv technology gives it the winning combination of best-in-class fuel efficiency and uncompromised performance. The 2015 Mazda 6. What do you drive?
So.
Follow your favorite team this season and book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
Monday Night Football, Redskins Cowboys, 8:15 on ESPN.
In Baton Rouge, it's the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive game of the week. Ole Miss with the Wallace to Core touchdown pass up 7-0. Thursday night, Jameis Winston and the Noles try to stay on top of the ACC. Someone here thinks that Louisville will spring an upset trap. 7:30 Eastern time, Thursday night football.
There's only 2 of us up here and Heather downstairs.
I don't make picks, so that leaves you, Mr. Herbstreit.
Oh, maybe on an island.
On game day.
I did say it on game day. I think Florida State, if they play the way they have most of this year, if they go on the road on a Thursday night to Louisville, I think they'll lose.
And first down. It's McGee, left side again, just tripped up. Roy in a big game, and the ball comes out again. They're ruling no fumble. Down.
No, the ground caused this one. And Terrence McGee is really, as much as we want to talk about the freshman Fournette, Terrence McGee is the most versatile, most experienced back that this offense has. You can see he's down, then the ball comes out. But again, this offensive line just controlling things up front, mixing up their looks as far as whether it's a zone play or downhill power run game. And just the offensive line getting a hold of the smaller Ole Miss defensive line and just manhandling them.
McGee comes out. Here comes 230-pound Leonard Fournette. They hand it off to the fullback, and muscling forward is Melvin Jones. Just his second carry of the season.
Got to feed the fullback once in a while. He does his block, get him a carry. These are the big guys up front. Experience. Collins has played so much football along with Alexander. Elliott Porter was, of course, you can see his 20th start. The young buck is Posick, only his 6th start. Gerald Hawkins on the right side, I think an up-and-coming star on the right side, number 65.
Collins, 505 snaps coming into this game, most on the team. He is a war daddy over there at left tackle.
See, this is why Jennings is in the game. He looks over, he gets the adjustment.
Play clock though at 4. Fournette, tough to bring down. Cam Cameron very content to play patiently. This is not a tempo offense. They'll use a lot of the play clock, even down 7 here.
And Cam Cameron told us how much he's in awe of the Baylors of the world and Oregons of the world. And the way, look at it, the signs. He said, this is new for us using signs. But I'm a big fan, and I'm buying into.
I like the symbols.
Yeah, cool whip. We have Superman. We got a snowman. Baseball field, but he's buying into the communication from the sideline, and with Jennings and these guys, a lot of adjustments at the line of scrimmage, looking over those signs.
What's the Mighty Mouse play, you think, in their lower left on that card?
Quarterback sneak.
Well, they called timeout.
Second charge timeout in the first half.
Play clock was running down. It'll be 2nd and 5, but the Tigers are getting near the red zone again.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. Danger. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Call 1-800-FARMERS and see how much you could save.
Pizza place, hold please.
You're holding for pizza. And wasting your life. Yes, wasting your life.
Let's go to Little Caesars and grab a hot and ready pizza.
Don't listen to your wife. Keep waiting and holding and waiting forever.
All right. Introducing Little Caesars Hot and Ready Pretzel Crust Pizza. A large pizza with a creamy cheddar cheese sauce topped with mozzarella, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend, all on a buttery, salted, soft pretzel crust for just $6 at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Just announced at Ross Downing Buick GMC.
Save $9,500 off MSRP on Ross Downing Buick GMC Sierra. Buy Sierra with $9,500 off.
RossDowningBuickGMC.com.
Hey, everybody, let's have some fun. The time is right, the party's just begun. So let the good times roll. Go ahead and let the good times roll.
Now get 0% financing for 72 months on select Ford vehicles. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
It's time to trade up now at Ross Downing Chevrolet. New 2015 Equinox, only $22,998. Ross Downing Equinox, now $22,998. RossDowning.com, where price makes people hurry to Hammond.
In the Big Ten on ABC, Ohio State and Penn State Buckeyes on the move. Ezekiel Elliott bouncing it to the outside, getting in for the touchdown. It is 7-0. Buckeyes have the lead in whiteout conditions in State College.
Maurice, thank you. Penn State never been this big a home underdog. 2 touchdowns to the Buckeyes.
Ohio State offense is on fire in the last 4 weeks. Over 500 yards each game, over 50 points.
LSU feeding the running backs. In 2nd and 5, it's Fournette in the game. Has it. And has another first down near the 20. Jennings has completed 4 passes, 3 to the running backs, 1 to a wide receiver. There's been a whole lot of number 7 and number 18.
Right now, remember, they started this drive way back deep in their own territory. This is a little zone read. So, again, a little change-up, a little different look from what we've seen from the power running of LSU. And another very, very successful run. I mean, they're getting 4 and 5, 6 yards almost every single time they run the football.
34 yards over the season average per game.
What Les say this week? We're not Tennessee, with all due respect.
Yes, he did. Boom. Another physical run right up the gut and a big gain on first down. Why stray from this formula if you're Cam Cameron?
It's the 12th play of this drive. and they've had 10 runs and only 2 passes. And this is an Ole Miss defense that has had nobody's been able to run the football on them, and they've taken this ball the length of the field, and now this is the 3rd time they've been inside the red zone. They missed a field goal. They had the fumble inside that 5-yard line. Now Jennings and this LSU offense is thinking about finishing this drive and getting points.
Fournette picks his way, muscles for a 1st and goal inside the 10.
The combination of the continuity with 4 returning starters up front and fresh legs, the way they rotate McGee and Fournette into this backfield. That's the power play where he follows that backside guard, Ethan Posick. But the play side with that big tight end. Another guy we're not talking about is Dylan Gordon, a tight end that's 300 pounds, number 85.
That gives him 6 300-pounders across the front.
Right.
Fournette again. Down to the 5. Ole Miss using bigger defensive linemen than their typical alignment. They're pretty quick and a little bit lean on the edge. They've had to try to counter this LSU attack by going bigger across the front. Hasn't helped that much.
Not at all, not so far. And Keith Lewis, number 24, has been into the game quite a bit tonight as well. They've tried to get bigger. They've known all week. Dave Womack, a veteran of Southern football. He was at Southern Miss and in the SEC. He knew coming in that this was going to be the challenge. And he did try to move some people around to try to get more physical at the point of attack.
15th play of the drive. Fournette right this time, hit in the backfield and dropped. That was excellent by Keith Lewis flying forward to knock the running back down.
And I think Keith Lewis, even though he's not a starter, is one of the better players on this defense. He's built for this kind of game. About 6 feet tall, 225 pounds. Very, very physical and very instinctive.
All right, Kirk, 3rd and goal from the 4. Do you trust Jennings to throw it? Do you try to power it in the end zone?
I think you continue to do what you do. Hugh Freeze trying to call that timeout to get the right personnel on the field.
Timeout. Ole Miss. Their 2nd charge timeout.
Well, you look at this play coming up, and you said it. LSU's done exactly what they said they'd do, exactly what they wanted to do, Kirk. They've had their way with this Ole Miss defense, but nothing to show for it right now with halftime approaching. Another chance here with 3rd and goal at the 4.
I mean, we're not to halftime yet, and LSU has 147 yards on the ground. Everybody watching this game wanted to know if LSU could run the football against an Ole Miss defense that's been outstanding all year. But everybody knew they've never seen this kind of system. And LSU, despite the miscues, the fumbles that they've had, the missed field goal, they're still in a great position. Chance to execute here and get points on the board, possibly tie this game.
LSU's been a tremendous red zone offense all season. Dominant against the weaker teams, but pretty good against everybody on their schedule. But they've misfired down here. You get the feeling there's a lot of importance in this play right here to come over with 7 and tie this game and not settle for 3.
And this is a big emphasis Thursday at practice, is working inside the red zone and especially inside the 5 and 10 yard line, because you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to get a lot of man-to-man pressure. And you got to rely on your receivers to make plays. And this is a lot of times that Traven Doral, number 83, is who they try to match up and find a way to get his hands on the football.
Jennings with the shotgun on 3rd down. Throw to the end zone. Jump ball. No. Malachi Dupree, the hyped true freshman recruit, went up, but it was Mike Hilton, the junior, that defended.
And Dupree, as you say, he's hyped up. The left foot comes down out of bounds. 6'3", going up against 5'9". It's the right call. Even though it's a freshman receiver, does a nice job of high pointing the ball. He's just out of bounds. Didn't have a lot of room to work with there on the fade.
Is that inexperience? You should kind of move your body.
Yeah, you got to get a little bit more upfield and give the quarterback a little bit more room to drop it into that corner.
Delahousie, who missed earlier from 28, just his 2nd career miss. This from 21. No mistake this time. Not what the Tigers wanted. A 17-play drive, 90 yards, 9:07, but it's only 3.
Congrats on the new car.
Thanks. The dealership reviews on Cars.com made it easy, but
We thought it might be a little more tense.
You missed the drama.
Yeah. Ask him whatever you want.
okay. I think my sister's prettier than me.
Research, price, find. Only Cars.com helps you get the right car without all the drama.
Wireless networks are awesome. They let us use our phones to do amazing things. But why sign a 2-year phone contract just to use them? At Net10 Wireless, you can use the phone you already have and keep your network and number too, but for half the cost. The Bring Your Own Phone plan. That's wireless your way. Unlimited talk, text, and data on the best 4G LTE network starts at just $40 a month. Net10 Wireless.
Look at how the Tiger ground game is finding success, brought to you by Expedia.
What they're doing is they're controlling things up front, and Ethan Posick has been active, polling, leading these backs downfield, getting some great blocks and opening things up for Leonard Fournette. We've also seen Terrence McGee get his chance to follow Posick, and also the big fullback Connor Neighbors. That's what initially opens it up on this version of a power play, but then also great blocks to then the next level. If you're going to have a big run as a running back, it's not just up front. The receivers need to be involved, and there's a big drive for LSU to be able to get points up on the board, and thanks to that running game and that offensive line, they were able to get their points.
Rebels defense not used to being on the field this much. We'll see if these body blows they've absorbed from LSU in the first half pay dividends in the second half. It often does. Rebels have only had the ball for 7:48 of this first half, but they still have a 4-point lead on the road.
We haven't seen Bo Wallace for a while. It's a long drive. 17 plays, 90 yards in 9 minutes.
But again, red zone defense stiffening for the Rebels. This is Walton. 1 yard deep. Has a crease. Jalen Walton, and the flag down as he's driven out across the 30. Flag back about the 18-yard line on the return. When you're a quarterback and you've been on the sidelines as long as Bo Wallace has, and you're not used to it, now you got to come out and the crowd's going to be a little bit more stirred up.
No doubt. No doubt. It's tough. You got to get back into your rhythm.
During return, illegal block in the back, number 47 on the receiving team. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's John Youngblood on the penalty. Rebels will start back inside their 10-yard line.
Well, that's where you hope the experience pays off. You know, you're on the road. Crowd's going to get back into this game. But Bo Wallace has seen everything that this conference has to offer. Adversity. He's had success. He's had struggles. I think that's why he's so in tune right now with this offense and the decisions that he's making.
They hand it off. Mathers has a little crease. And a nice gain across the 15 before Beckwith dropped him.
These two offenses could not be any more different. You have one offense that basically lines up in an I formation and says, hey guys, we're going to run to the right. You ready? Here it comes on one. Try to stop it. And then you have another offense that has guys in different motions. A guy going to the left, guy going to the right. They're using deception to kind of fool you to try to be able to get an advantage on blocking angles and eventually play action pass to try to get somebody out of position.
No urgency for the Rebels here with 2:05 before halftime. They fake it to Mathers and fire. Almost intercepted. Miscommunication between Sanders and Wallace, and Jalen Collins had his hands on another potential pick.
Yeah, that's his second one that he will look back at and wish that he had a chance to come away with a pick deep in Ole Miss territory. It would have been a great catch. This one wasn't as easy as the last one. The coverage was outstanding, but the miscommunication between Wallace that time and Vince Sanders, something you don't see very often between those two. Part of Bo anticipating and throwing early, you got to make sure you're on the same page.
Rebels need 3 on third down. Wallace takes off and weaves moves for a first down to the 23. We expected to see more quarterback runs tonight.
And when you have man coverage on third down against a veteran quarterback that's got sneaky athletic ability, it opens up. Watch how it clears up in the middle, and watch how Bo Wallace instinctively and quickly is able to make a decision on third down. I can get those 3 or 4 yards. I'm going to get that first down. But he did it again quick.
You saw Bo run for a couple touchdowns at A&M. Here's a first down throw deep down the middle. 2 receivers and 4 DBs in the area. Evan Ingram could not come up with it. Let's go to Reese Davis for an update.
That was thrown in the crowd. Chris, coming up on the Buick halftime report, Mississippi State remains perfect, but it was not easy in the Bluegrass. A record-setting day for TCU. Their offense was unbelievable, and Auburn is in a score fest with South Carolina on the SEC Network. Mark, Lou, and I will get you up to date coming up in just a bit.
Reese, thanks. Lots to talk about on another busy Saturday and Saturday night. So they're not really clicking this Ole Miss passing game at the moment, are they? 2nd and 10. They hand it to Mathers, who picks his way. Tried to get the corner, still on his feet. First down, out at the 35-yard line. He's running well tonight.
He sure is. He has physicality between he and Jalen Walton. Mathers is an inside runner, even though he's a bit undersized. Important thing is, with that effort and with the room to run here, able to keep his balance, Chris. He picks up a first down, and then he works himself out of bounds. And with only 1 timeout, that's important.
Minute 20 before halftime. We'll see if Freeze ups the tempo now that he's improved field position, goes for more points. Now they hand it to Mathers again. And he stopped short of the 40. Minute 12 and counting. They won't spend the timeout.
No, but he also is kind of saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, a minute, he's still thinking about, at the very least, trying to get into field goal range.
Wallace, pump fake. Fires near side and overthrows Ingram. Third down coming up.
He has confidence that he can try to take the chance of going for this to try to get first downs because of the way, of course, not just Bo Wallace can execute and the decisions that Bo Wallace can make, but this LSU offense isn't necessarily built after a punt to try to go 50 or 60 yards and get in the field goal range late in the first half like this.
Low snap. Wallace fires across the middle, incomplete. Into traffic for Treadwell, broken up by Ronald Martin. 4th down with 49 seconds to play in the half.
And again, I think the aggressive nature there by Hugh Freeze, I think, shows you that, again, he's got confidence in Bo Wallace to make a good decision, not throw that interception potentially. And now, again, I'd be very surprised to see Cam Cameron, even with a timeout, try to get into field goal range. And he may try, but it's highly doubtful that they would have success with this style of offense.
Gleason, the lefty. Directional punt, bounced off of one of the Tigers and has to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Almost a disaster for the LSU special teams before halftime, but they recover the ball. 38 seconds to play. That was Jamal Adams, the very talented freshman down there, but it hit right off of his arm, it appeared.
Well, yeah, that couldn't really tell if that hit his arm or if it hit Hilton, the Ole Miss player.
Yeah, it looks like it hit off Hilton. Yeah. But, you know, just to be sure, White picked the ball up.
Right.
So, yeah, with 38 seconds to go, you would not expect Cam Cameron to get too adventurous here.
I wouldn't. Not with an offense with a quarterback that's completing 50% of his passes on the year.
And Bo Wallace, like last week against Tennessee, a slow start, just 5 of 14 in the first half. He's been a tremendous second half quarterback, however. On the delay, nothing there for Fournette.
That's kind of what you'd expect there.
So LSU is going to get the ball to begin the second half. Their game plan pretty clear, working pretty well. But the red zone problems, the 2 fumbles, the missed chip shot field goal. And Wallace and the Rebels are going to be up by 4 on the road.
Yeah, the miscues, not being able to execute down in that red zone. But if you go into the drawing board with Les Miles, you don't want to change a whole lot. Things went very well for them in that first half as far as their offense is concerned. They've just got to be able to finish drives in the red zone and get touchdowns.
Let's check with Heather Cox.
Chris, thanks so much. Coach, the big question coming in is, could you run against this Ole Miss defense? You've certainly answered that question. What kind of balance will we see in the second half?
Well, what we need to do is just hang on to the football. I mean, 2 turnovers has made the difference thus far. If we play well on defense, which we are, and we can continue to run the football, we'll like the ending.
Well, you talk about those. You've had 3 trips to the red zone, just 3 points. How do you do a better job taking advantage of those opportunities?
You can't turn it over. That's, we go down in there, you turn the ball over. We missed a short field goal. That happens. So, but the second half's a long time. We'll like how we'll play.
Les, thank you.
Well, no opponents gained that many yards in the first half against the Rebels. 243. Old school Schembechler disciple. Loves this kind of football. Buick halftime report. Reese and the guys.
All right, Chris, hard hitting. Ole Miss holding on to that lead. Alabama and Tennessee close to the 3rd Saturday in October. Lane Kiffin's back in Neyland Stadium. First ball play he dials up is an 80-yard touchdown to Amari Cooper. Mark.
Take that, Volunteer fans. Amari Cooper, what a terrific job. He gets great blocks on this, takes it all the way in for the score.
Welcome home, Lil Lane. 27-7, Alabama hammering Tennessee on ESPN2. On the SEC network, South Carolina and Auburn. Cocky with a 21-14 lead, but Nick Marshall dangerous, Lou.
Oh, he is very dangerous. Plus, really dangerous when the team doesn't tackle real well.
That's been a common ailment for the Gamecock defense this year. They're at halftime, 21-all. South Carolina locked up with the number 5 team in the country, Ohio State. Wide out conditions, big underdog. Penn State, here's why. Ohio State's Ezekiel Elliott going in for the touchdown. That game is on ABC. Early second quarter, Buckeyes with a 7-0 lead. Glad to have you with us. Buick halftime report. Lou Holtz, Mark May, and Reese Davis. So you look at this now, and LSU, heard Les Miles talk about it just before the half. They've missed some opportunities. Coming into the game, they were scoring touchdowns on 73% of their red zone drives, 0 for 3 in this one, but they've controlled the ball on the line of scrimmage. Who gets the advantage in the second half?
I think LSU. I think the way that they've established the run with Leonard Fournette, the freshman, the way that they've moved the ball up and down the football field, all they have to do is take care of the ball. He fumbled on the 1-yard line. You can't have that happen. And defensively, if you've got a chance to get an interception, catch the football and make the interception. They had 2 easy chances right there that could have turned the course of this game. They could have an easy lead in this football game. So if I'm Les, I'm telling these guys, this is where we are. If we just don't make mistakes and hold on to the football, we got a great chance in the second half.
I sit here and I pray. Someday, let me agree with them from my heart, and I can't. It goes to Ole Miss, and let me tell you why. Because unless they turn the football over, LSU's going to end up with the ball in poor field position with 70 to 80 yards to drive. And when you run that type of offense and that hard-hitting game, you can't do it without a penalty, without a turnover, without a mistake, and they don't have the ability to throw the ball deep on a consistent basis. I think that you look at Mississippi, they can run it, and they are very dangerous throwing it as well. So I think it goes to Ole Miss unless Ole Miss turns the ball over.
All right, so Ole Miss has the lead at halftime. The Rebels finding out what it's like to be a highly ranked team going on the road, everybody gunning for you. And their buddies from Starkville found that out as well. First game as a number 1 ranked team. Dak Prescott and the fellas have gotten a little more than they thought they would when they went up on the Bluegrass to take on Kentucky.
Some questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Yes, nice hit. Seriously, Dish is awesome. Now we can watch live college football anywhere.
I know. It's like we're back in college.
I wish. College? I can go back to college?
Yeah, every game day with Dish.
I'm in. I think that's Heath Schuler.
What's up, guys?
We're going back to college.
Take me with you.
The Boss.
Stay connected to your team with the most football anywhere. Get in the game with Dish.
To
To the people of the coffee-drinking world, the time has come to put down the dark roast you've been putting up with and reach for the one you deserve. Dunkin' Donuts Dark Roast is here. Bold start, smooth finish, never bitter. America runs on Dunkin'.
Jockey has supported legends like General Patton, Babe Ruth, and Buzz Aldrin, who went to the moon. But imagine if Buzz had worn today's jockey underwear. He would have planted the flag on all the planets.
You're not mankind.
Giving America dibs on the entire Milky Way. That's because Jockey is quality crafted to last longer, guaranteed. Jockey, supporting greatness.
There are more reasons than ever why now is the best time to be on Verizon. 1. Verizon's the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in the country. That's right, America. With XLTE in over 400 markets. 2. And here's something for families to get excited about. Our best ever pricing with double the data on select plans. And 3, you can now get our best ever single line pricing starting at $45. So get all this now on the network ranked #1 for data performance nationwide. Verizon.
What do you call a renowned researcher on obesity, hypertension, and heart disease who teaches the next generation of leading scientists? We call him a difference maker. Meet Ole Miss professor John Hall, a difference maker named the 2014 SEC Professor of the Year. The Southeastern Conference actively supports the university mission through its SECU program, which highlights collaboration in scholarship and research. SECU, the academic initiative of the Southeastern Conference.
This is the Buick Halftime Report.
After Monday Night Football, tune in to Sports Center for an exclusive one-on-one interview with Michael Jordan. Again, it's coming up Monday night, right after Monday Night Football. First time Mississippi State has ever taken the field as a top-ranked team. They were open last week after going to the top of the polls. Dak Prescott and the Bulldogs taking on Kentucky. Halloween coming a little early in the Commonwealth. And Dak Prescott had a little trick-or-treat for the fellas. 5 of them going to get a shot at him, Lou.
What a tremendous run here. I don't know if it's spectacular or a great run, but it was effective.
Both. 38-yard run. He had 88 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns in a 31-17 game. Patrick Tolles hit Javis Blue. Kentucky cut the lead to a touchdown. Lou's pointed out all day, this pass defense from the Bulldogs could be a problem. This is not a problem. The bowling ball, Josh Robinson.
Fabulous job of running through arm tackles. You have to get low on him and get leverage on him. Does a terrific job in the open field of cutting back, showing his speed to the field, and takes it in for the 73-yard score.
So Mississippi State gave up another touchdown. Kentucky going onside kick. Look at the linebacker, Christian Holmes.
That can happen, but the kicker is supposed to be the safety.
He got stiff-armed. That'll happen to kickers. 45-31, Mississippi State remains undefeated. 1-loss teams. Now, they're going to be in the mix in the college football playoff and in the rankings when the selection committee releases its rankings on Tuesday night. Kansas State taking on Texas. DeMarcus Robinson finds his way around left end for a touchdown. Kansas State effective enough. Texas not good on offense. It was 23-0. First time the Horns have been shut out since 2004. Michigan doesn't score much against Michigan State. Even their offense gives defensive scores. Devin Gardner, pick 6. R.J. Williamson. Paul Bunyan Trophy remains in East Lansing, 35-11. Michigan State, one of the 1-loss teams. So too is Nebraska. And what a day for Amir Abdullah, 225 yards on the ground.
Fabulous cut right here. Boink, right there. The defender's just left watching him from behind, and he turns on the Jets. Amir Abdullah, 53 yards for the touchdown score for Nebraska.
They beat Rutgers easily. Abdullah set a single-game record for all-purpose yards for the Huskers, 341. Put him in your Heisman list. Arizona and Washington State. Devontae Neal returning the punt against Wazoo. You know, at some point, you're going to have to give Arizona credit for winning that Oregon game. They're still a 1-loss team and had a chance to beat SC. Louis, Neal takes it back.
I tell you what, Rich Rodriguez done a tremendous job, and I love a new Solomon.
At 52-23, game's not over yet. They've got it well in hand. Now, TCU beat Texas Tech 82-27. We were going to show you a lot of highlights, but the FCC said common decency would keep us from showing such a bludgeoning on live television. 82 points, a school record. 785 yards. 82 points, most ever by a Big 12 team in a conference game. Trevon Boykin did it again. 7 more touchdown passes, and TCU in 7 games has already surpassed its season total for scoring. I mean, like for the season, not just in this game, although they probably could have. Texas Tech is just bad, particularly on defense. And TCU, meanwhile, makes a statement. They're still behind Kansas State in the Big 12 standings. TCU the best team in the Big 12?
I think so. The way that they played thus far, besides the implosion at Baylor when they gave up 24 points late in the fourth quarter and lost that football game, look at the way that they played the entire season, particularly on the offensive side of the ball with Trayvon Boykin. The quarterback done a terrific job putting points on the board. Gary Patterson and his defense are getting better and better. Young defense, but I think this team is putting it together. The way that they played, very impressive from top to bottom.
I think they are. I think, let's remember this. They've already played Oklahoma. You look at how well they've played. They played Baylor. And then when they play Kansas State, they have them at home. But Gary Patterson's always been a great defensive coach. But boy, their offense is explosive. And Boykin does not have a picture throwing motion, but very strong arm, very effective.
Yeah, and he's a tailback playing quarterback back there, too, a dangerous runner. Next week, surprise in the Big 12, two big contenders, TCU and West Virginia. West Virginia only has one conference loss. One of its losses coming out of the league play in the opener against Alabama. More to come in the Buick Halftime Report.
This Halftime Report is presented by Buick. 5 expectation-shattering models. Another reason to experience the new Buick.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. But it's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
Now during the Buick Model Year Closeout, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase bonus cash on the 2014 Buick Enclave. Hurry in for the best selection.
Not exactly what I expected.
This is a creepy room.
Oh, hey, Captain Obvious.
You should have used Hotels.com. Their genuine guest reviews are written by guests who have genuinely stayed there, instead of people who lie on the internet. Here's a review. It's worse in person.
Retirement solutions from New York Life can help you keep good going.
He's back, and the loving is greater than ever. Monopoly at McDonald's. Now's your chance to score 50s, 100s, or a cool million. Shop till you drop with a $5,000 gift card from Target. Win a chartered flight on a Cessna jet for you and your crew. Or a one-on-one experience with LeBron.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Mr. Monopoly!
Welcome back.
You too.
Let's play this game.
LSU! Go Tigers!
It's Week 8 on Sunday NFL Countdown, the art of intimidation.
I always entered into the ball game like a fight.
Some of the game's toughest defenders on what it means to be mean.
They don't want to line up on the other side of me because they know they can't stop me.
And Manning making history.
Congratulations, boy. Congratulations. Thank you, man. Great catch, man. Great catch.
Listen in as Peyton Manning is wired on his record-breaking night. Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Now over to Mike Tirico, John Gruden, and Monday Night Football.
Here in Dallas, the big story, the surprising start for these Cowboys. They've turned it around on defense and offense. They have people excited. What's impressing you the most about the 6-1 start?
I'm going to go with the offensive line because when you block people the way the Cowboys are blocking people, you can feature your running back, you can feature your best receivers, and that's what the Cowboys are doing. They are featuring DeMarco Murray and Dez Bryant, and it's all because of the play of their offensive line.
Washington, third starting quarterback in this season, Colt McCoy. returns to Texas. We'll see you Monday night, 8:15 Eastern from Texas.
All right, Mike, look forward to it. Some records falling all over the place. Already told you about Trevon Boykin. You see the numbers he put up. I also mentioned Amir Abdullah. Now, Marshall, usually it's all Rakeem Cato, who did throw a touchdown pass in his 40th. Devin Johnson put up 272 yards. That's a Marshall record, nothing to sneeze at. Keenan Reynolds, 3 rushing touchdowns to break the school record for Navy.
15 gig plan will double the data and make it 30 gigs for the same price.
30 gigs? Wow, that's a lot. You don't have to do that for me.
Oh, that's okay.
No, seriously, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
It's the same plan for everyone. Families, businesses, whoever.
Right. No celebrity treatment here.
Really isn't any celebrity treatment.
Just a normal guy getting a great deal.
We're just saying it loudly for some reason.
Now get 30 gigs of data to share with family or your business for a limited time starting at $160 a month.
Back by popular demand. Outback Steak and Lobster starting at $14.99. For a limited time, we're searing up America's boldest steaks with classic steamed lobster or Old Bay butter lobster on the barbie. Steak and lobster starting at just $14.99. That's no rules, just right.
Introducing Synchrony Financial, bringing new meaning to the word partnership. Banking, loyalty, analytics. Synchrony Financial. Engage with us.
Yeah, you'd love it here. The campus and the town are off the charts great. But did you know Ole Miss academics are off the charts too? National recognition in accounting, engineering, pharmacy, international studies, and so much more. Ole Miss has the majors you want and the expertise to prepare you for an exciting career. You want a career that matters? Go to a school that matters.
It's never been easier to get into a new car, truck, or SUV during the trade-in, trade-up event at Eddie Terrell's North Park Nissan. We'll buy your old vehicle, no matter what it is or where you bought it. Then put you in a new Nissan for possibly the same or lower payment than you have now with 0% APR financing for 72 months. Buy a new Sentra for just $15,275 or a new Rogue Select, only $18,888. Trade in, trade up at Eddie Terrell's North Park Nissan. Buy smart, buy North Park.
Every generation starts with a basket full of promises. The promise of opportunity. A promise of good health. The promise of safe haven. For over 50 years, we at Egan have kept our promises to families just like yours. Because we have families too.
Not a lot of scoring in the first half. This was a tremendous effort by Cody Core to get in, and Hotty Toddy on top of LSU by 4.
This halftime report is presented by Buick. 5 expectation-shattering models. Another reason to experience the new Buick.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. But it's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
Now during the Buick Model Year Closeout, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase bonus cash on the 2014 Buick Enclave. Hurry in for the best selection.
I'd rather be.
Act 1, Scene 3. Open port 22017 on the firewall for customer DB access. Install version 2.3 of DB connector and ensure verbose flag is set in case of problems. Isn't the cloud supposed to make business easier? Get the one that can connect to the systems that you already have. Today, there's a new way to work, and it's made with IBM.
C.
They aren't born cardinals.
R.
or Razorbacks. They need a little help. So for 10 years, the All-State Nets program has supported scholarships to help students prepare for a life that's good.
At IHOP, October is deliciously scary. Kids can create Scary Face pancakes for a price you'll love. And on Halloween Day, we've got a special treat. Scary Face pancakes are free, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Bring the family to IHOP all month and watch Scary Face pancakes disappear.
Welcome back to the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
Ole Miss and LSU get together with high stakes. In the backfield, but the Tigers swarm. Jennings fires down the middle and throws it to the freshman, who makes a nice catch and muscles down into the red zone. First and goal. Fournette. Ball comes out, and it's a touchback. Fired, far side, caught. Diving into the end zone is Cody Core. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And welcome back to ESPN's College Football Primetime, presented by Hampton Hotels. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. You're watching the SEC from the era of Herschel Walker and Bo Jackson. 7-3 at the break on a weekend in which contenders like Oregon give up 41 in a win. Her TCU hits 82 today. We got 10 points on the board. It's just a slugfest when LSU's got it anyway.
No doubt about it. You know, they came in wanting to establish their line of scrimmage. Mission accomplished for the first half, but they did an amazing job. They averaged 5 yards a carry in that first half. Obviously, the 2 turnovers cost them the lead or chance at having the lead. And you have Ole Miss, an Ole Miss offense that I think is still trying to kind of find their way. Remember, you're going to see them call their plays based on the way their defense is playing and the way the score of the game is going. And right now they still have the upper hand. But their defense with Dave Womack, I think they're going to have to make some adjustment to get much more aggressive, much more attacking towards that line of scrimmage.
And with the offense on the sideline so long, Kirk, Bo Wallace has lost his rhythm, as you pointed out. Didn't have a completion in the second quarter. Tigers get it to begin the third. It's a short kickoff, and Fournette's going to have a chance. The freshman follows blockers across the 30. Down to Heather Cox.
Well, guys, Hugh Freeze was very honest and admitted to me out of the locker room, we just haven't seen a run game like this all season. We've got to be more physical. We have to get our defense off the field. He also said we've made some adjustments. They're slanting on us, so they're going to make some guys go from the outside to underneath so that they don't get cut off so much. He also told Bo Wallace, who was 0 for 5 in the second quarter, don't get frustrated. We promise to get you the ball more here in the second half.
You know, Heather, going back to the movement from this defense, that can either run you into some great plays where you get penetration, or it can run you out of position and you can lose gap control and you can give up a big crease and a big gain for the offense. So it's a hit or miss if they start slanting and angling.
Play action on first down. Jennings fires near side, complete into Ole Miss territory at the 45-yard line. It's the true freshman, Trey Quinn.
And again, Jennings on 1st and 10. Getting him out of the pocket. This is where he's comfortable on the move. He throws this ball early and throws this again in sync with his young wide receiver. We saw on Thursday him throw a number of these balls. We even asked him after practice, are you more comfortable on the run? He said, had a big smile on his face, without a doubt, and you can see that there, the confidence there from Cam Cameron to start the second half.
They hand it to McGee. The receiver, Quinn there, the former pitcher in the Little League World Series who pitched in the U.S. Championship game. Very talented guy out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Just a gym rat, smart guy, knows all 3 receiver positions here at LSU in his first year.
I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that he was in the Little League World Series and like the stud for his team, got to the championship for the North American division, ended up losing to Hawaii, or that he's the all-time leading receiver in the history of high school football as far as career yards coming out of Louisiana.
So right away, Tigers into Ole Miss territory. And they mishandle the handoff. Ball on the ground again, still loose. Did Jennings dive in and hold on to it? Yes. They fumbled the exchange.
Well, he couldn't come up with it. No, he started to go down and recover this, and he's got to get a little bit more aggressive. I know he's passive. The ball's there. He thinks his running back has it. He kind of goes back up. The ball's still loose, and then he goes back down and secures the football. He was almost a second behind, and Cody Pruitt almost came up with another turnover for this Ole Miss defense.
When in doubt, go on to the ground, huh, for the quarterback?
Yeah, and regardless.
He's out of the game, Kirk.
Well, that is something they cannot afford to happen.
Tigers got to hurry here, or they'll spend a timeout. 4 seconds on the play clock. Just get it off. Jennings flushed. Did he cross the line as he fires downfield? A flag is down.
It's a holding call. Ole Miss had a stunt on. Remember, this is their kind of game. Oh, you're going to throw? We know you're going to throw. That's what we're used to doing this year.
On the offense, number 65. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Kimdichie, a little stunt move where they brought the freshman Haynes from the outside to the inside, and it put Kimdichie out to the outside against the tackle. The tackle just locked him up there, 65 Hawkins. But after some success there for LSU on the first couple plays, the Ole Miss defense gets them off the field.
Jamie Keene, the other Aussie in this game, gets his first punt. Drops the point like a true Aussie. Gets the backspin, and it is beautifully covered. What a weapon Keene is. One touchback all year. He's now down to 20 of them inside the 20.
That technique is beautiful,
isn't it?
Okay, let's settle down.
All right, let's see that flea flicker. What's this?
Flag.
Show me that double wing formation.
Flag.
Doesn't really know football, does he?
No. But when I got hurt, he paid my claim in only 4 days.
4 days? Wow. Okay, last chance. The play action. Okay, forget it.
Aflac, an official partner of the Heisman Trophy.
I'm Louis Boom.
I want something people can't turn away from.
I understand.
Start filming.
You gotta call the cops.
Got something good for us tonight? It's a fine opportunity for some lucky someone.
Rated R. It will be a tough fight.
But the chosen one has been sent to us.
Grab a Quesarito Big Box from Taco Bell for a chance to win a limited edition PS4 Destiny bundle. There's a winner about every 15 minutes.
Introducing new Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans.
We make Wrangler Advanced Comfort with 4-way flex technology. And the reinforced fibers are 20% stronger than traditional denim.
New Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come.
Okay, I'll see you later, bud.
To me.
Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave's.
When you come home.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Nissan Rogue with Safety Shield technologies. The only thing left to fear is your imagination. Nissan, innovation that excites.
MetLife proud to cover tonight's game with unique aerial shots. One of America's most recognizable blimps, Snoopy 2. MetLife, I can do this. Here's the technique of the junior from Miners Rest, Australia, Kirk. Not full extension, point down.
This technique you see all over college football in the NFL, not just the position of the ball, but the fact he only brings his leg up halfway obviously works out very well for him. Great technique and a great result.
The Aussie Brad Wing now with the Steelers also did that. So Ole Miss is backed up, and Wallace with a keeper gets nothing on first down.
Bo Wallace has not completed a pass since that touchdown pass at the end of the first quarter with that 15-yard touchdown pass. And We've seen at times Hugh Freeze be aggressive backed into his own, inside his own 5, and other times get a little bit more conservative.
5 of 14. Rare that he's under 50% completions. Rolls right, has some room, but fires complete on the far side, and that's Core who caught that touchdown pass with a first down across the 15.
And there you go. You pick up a nice block on the edge there. Make sure they have 7 men protecting to keep the tight end in the back on to pick up Rasco. That frees up Wallace to get around the corner, and then it's an easy throw at that point. Once he got around the corner, he can either run it if the receiver's not open or make the easy throw to Core.
Tremendous second half quarterback, 71%, 10 touchdowns, no picks, even better in the fourth quarter. Wallace still has it and scampers forward, and it's a short gain. Daniil Hunter grabbed him after 2 yards.
I think LSU may have had a breakdown. They're so focused on Treadwell across the middle that one of the Ole Miss receivers sneaks behind coverage here, and that's where Bo Wallace was looking right there. He just started to let the football go, and that's something I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Hugh Freeze maybe go back to, but Treadwell's getting so much attention from the corner and the safeties that it's freeing up some of the other receivers.
Treadwell's had 2 catches. Vince Sanders has been shut out so far by the Tigers secondary. This is Walton. Tumbles forward. It'll be third down and about 4 for the Rebels.
This LSU defense has not been your traditional John Chavis defense for this year. They've given up some big plays against teams like Mississippi State and Auburn. But in defense of LSU, this is a young team. Very, very young. That seems to get better as the weeks go by because the experience that they're gaining. It's a different team playing the last couple weeks from the LSU team defensively that we saw in the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season.
Ingram in motion. Wallace, pump fake, takes off, has the first down. So we've seen the quarterback carrying the rock more frequently out to the 35.
Now, what you love to see is this just kind of plays into the Bo Wallace of these last 3 weeks. It's third down. He's deep in his own territory, and the pump fake causes Rasco to go up into the air. But I love the fact that this gritty, determined leader as a quarterback does not give up on the play and goes and gets the first down. Reminded me of the A&M third down conversion when he went airborne at a crucial moment there to keep a drive alive.
You said it, Kirk. Wallace has seen and done just about everything in his career. Drawing on that experience tonight on a frustrating evening when the passing game really isn't clicking. Core makes the catch to the 40. The normal rhythm just isn't there. Freeze is an excellent rhythmic play caller, but they haven't had the ball enough to really get going.
You want to play receiver in the SEC? Here comes a middle linebacker, Kendall Beckwith, right there to knock you out. I'm surprised Core got up from that hit. That was powerful. And Beckwith is about 250-pound middle linebacker that can run.
Core comes in motion. They hand it off underneath, and scampering out near midfield for a first down is Walton. Adams tackled him.
All the movement, you mentioned Core moving, kind of going in motion. That affects the eyes of the LSU defense. They start to kind of move a step or two with the motion, and then that frees up these linemen to be able to get much better blocking angles, not just on the defensive line, but getting up to those linebackers and being able to kind of seal them off and open up a nice hole.
Walton hit immediately. Hit hard by Kendall Beckwith. And linebacker coming downhill in a hurry.
Now, Fawn Cooper trying to get up. We just talked about these linemen trying to get up to the second level. Watch 74 try to get up to Beckwith. He can't get there. Instincts and quickness for a 250-pound linebacker.
He's making his third start. Wasn't the opening day starter, but he's replaced DJ Welter at that position.
And at the Mike linebacker, which is where he is, communication, a big part of his job. Not just making plays, but communicating, getting everybody on the same page.
Wallace on second down. Flips it near side, but Treadwell fell down as he tried to make his cut. 3rd and 10. Here's Beckwith again in his face.
And even though White is great, he's an outstanding player, it's a matchup that Ole Miss has got to be able to try to capitalize on. And White and Treadwell have been going back and forth the entire game. Both as good as you're going to see in the SEC.
Bourgeau in the ball game, motions to the right side.
The motion tells Ole Miss the coverage. They make the adjustments after seeing it.
Ingram motion back in as Wallace rolls that way, has some room, takes off, needs 10, and gets about 8 hit at the 45-yard line by Rashard Robinson. So it's 4th and short. Is Freeze going to punt it deep again or take a gamble here? Wallace takes the helmet off. He's pleading his case to his coach. And talking about the spot, there's a flag now. A late flag came out.
It could be on Bo Wallace here. I think that's what Hugh Freeze is talking about. He got hit, and he kept fighting to try to get some yards. Towards the end of the play, that LSU defense was all over him. And he came up and let the LSU defense know that he didn't care for it. I think he might have gone after Jamal Adams.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 14 of the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 57 of the defense. This foul's offset, 4th down.
So Wallace and Godchaux, is that a headbutt there?
14's first.
Yeah, he comes up, and here's a true freshman, Jamal Adams right here. He gives him a little bit of a shoulder. Adams, for a freshman, pretty good job at taking the charge there. Goes down.
Right in front of an official who did not hesitate at all.
No.
There's a little land shark mocking there by Robinson.
But it was offsetting there.
Yep.
So Godchaux also from LSU gets a penalty as well.
Now we've seen Bo Wallace play with a lot of composure tonight, but it's been frustrating, and you can see it building, Kirk. He's lucky that didn't cost his team 15 yards.
He's got to get back into his zone where he's been for the last 3 weeks. He has, again, I've talked for the last 3 weeks about not just executing, but it's the way he's gone about it.
That's Gleason's turn to hit that Aussie backspin, and a fair catch made at the 4. You got to change the rules receiving punts. You never used to catch it inside the 10, but these teams are so good at downing it at the 1. Guys are being coached differently now.
Right. The technique, it's everywhere.
Wallace with the headbutt. Frustrating night, but the Rebels still got the lead.
Nissan Rogue with Safety Shield technologies. The only thing left to fear is your imagination. Nissan, innovation that excites.
At T-Mobile, you can hook up the whole family for $100. Get 4 lines with unlimited talk, text, and up to 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. Plus, get the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 4 for $0 down.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
What do you think these are?
Chicken nuggets.
How much would 10 of these cost from Burger King?
$5.
These are $1.49 for 10.
10 chicken nuggets for $1.49? Only at Burger King.
You look shocked.
EA ESPN College Football Primetime is brought to you by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, Cialis, and Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Tigers backed up at their 4. Bo Wallace has to be careful. If you hear threes, you got a strong connection with this quarterback. He was the coordinator of Arkansas State when Wallace initially arrived there. That didn't work out very well. Went to junior college. The story becoming well known that he made a call to Bo and convinced him to come back to Ole Miss. But one more unsportsmanlike conduct tonight, and he's tossed out of the game. He's got to be careful.
Not only that, just providing leadership. You're in a huge game. You're ranked number 3 in the country. He's been in a good place these last 3 weeks. He needs to get back there. He's on the phone there with Dan Werner, their offensive coordinator. You know, his maturity and how level-headed he's been these last 3 weeks has been just off the charts. You know, everybody loses their cool for a moment, so you're entitled to be able to do that in a game like this. But now you go back to the sideline, regroup, and get ready to go.
Iron Mike knows about contact,
no doubt about that.
Contact.
It's one of the adjustments, again, that Cam Cameron has made. He said he's never used cards. He's never done anything like that communicating with a quarterback in an offense till now.
Another carry for Fournette, but not much there. It'll be 3rd down for the Tigers at their 10-yard line.
Well, that is a much better job from Ole Miss's defense in gap integrity. Everybody's got a responsibility. The defensive linemen, the linebackers. That first half, they were getting blown off the ball. LSU averaged 5 yards a carry, and it felt a lot worse than 5 yards a carry.
That was Serdarius Bryant. We saw Denzel Kimdichie come out after halftime on crutches with apparent ankle injury. Bryant has to go the distance now at that position. Darrell Williams, the true freshman, his first carry of the night on 3rd down, and the adjustments made by that Rebels front paying off. It's a 3 and out, as you see Kimdichie.
And Kimdichie all of a sudden starting to assert himself on the inside there. He just used his quickness that time against a bigger but all Alexander. Alexander about 330 pounds, and that was a much better job. Almost feel like this defense was challenged. Their manhood maybe got challenged at halftime by Dave Womack and the rest of this defensive staff.
Robert Kimdichie and old Woodrow Hamilton on the stop. And here's Keene in his end zone. Not a real good kick. Off the side of his foot, will bounce out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. So the reliable Keene just shanked one 23 yards. Sets up the Rebels in tremendous field position.
This is what Ole Miss has done this year. They've tried to get the game into a second half and then try to win the field position battle. Here the punter obviously shanks it, misses it, but look where he's punting from. And that's part of Ole Miss's strategy, is push them back further and further, rely on the defense, rely on special teams, and now all of a sudden they're in great territory here, starting it at the LSU 34-yard line.
Walton and Mathers both in the game. They hand it off to Mathers. Not much.
Tough to get wide on this LSU defense when they set the edge. Such quickness. Quentin Thomas that time, the junior, doing a good job along with Rasco. Nowhere to go for Ole Miss on that play.
Big moment here midway in this 3rd quarter. Rebels trying to add their lead, take advantage of the shank punt. LSU defense trying to keep their guys close. Wallace still has it, but gets nothing. Dragged down for a loss. It'll be 3rd and very long.
Well, we keep saying his name, Kendall Beckwith, just times up this blitz perfectly. He disguises it, doesn't let the defense know, and then right as the ball just about to be snapped, he comes firing through there, and you can see with that quickness, Vaughn Cooper didn't have a chance to pick him up on the block. So 2 straight plays after giving up terrible field position here, the defense steps up.
Yeah, they've lost 4 yards in those 2 plays. Empty backfield on 3rd down. Tigers bring pressure. Wallace is dropped. Daniil Hunter and freaky athlete and Rasco, both ends got there.
They also brought Quan Alexander. And if you can get this Ole Miss offensive line into an obvious passing situation where they can't use play action and they just have to go pass pro, I mean, did you see Bolden, the right tackle? He didn't have a chance. Bell didn't have a chance. And that's old school LSU football where they just pin their ears back and come after you.
That won't make Wallace any less frustrated. They were given tremendous field position on the shank. They lose 9 yards in 3 plays. We got us an old-fashioned field position battle. Gleason's turn to punt him deep again. Tigers take over at the 4 one more time.
Cavs Bulls and Clippers Lakers Friday on ESPN.
Nissan Rogue with Safety Shield technologies. The only thing left to fear is your imagination. Nissan, innovation that excites.
What is it that makes them a team that would deserve to be in the playoff?
Who do you think is the best and who has accomplished the most?
I think the SEC is only going to get one.
The 4 playoff teams right now.
The selection committee will determine the top 25.
The committee's going to have their hands
on a task that I do not envy.
A lot of good teams. I don't see one elite team.
I think this will add to the regular season.
It's going to be chaos by the time we get to December.
College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show begins Tuesday at 7:30 on ESPN. Presented by Allstate.
Want unlimited access to premium entertainment on TV, on demand, online, and on the go? Well, you can have it all by upgrading to Charter TV Silver with HBO.
This is some good television.
Go to channel 2495 to instantly upgrade to the Silver package, and you'll have over 70 additional HD channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and NFL Network. Upgrade now to catch the final season of The Newsroom, blockbuster hits, and programming for every member of the family.
So everyone can watch TV together and be buddies!
Go to channel 2495 to upgrade right now.
Dramatization. I'm personal injury attorney Michael Hingle. Have you been in a wreck with a big rig like this one?
Michael Hingle has offices in New Orleans, Hammond, Covington, Slidell, by appointment, Metairie, Houma, LaPlace, Gretna.
If you're in a crash with an 18-wheeler, we'll take them to court and they won't be so big.
Call attorney Michael Hingle, 1-800-USA-JURY.
Before you accept a quick check with me.
The Allstate College Football Bus joined us here in Baton Rouge. You can enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes for a chance to win $100,000 plus a VIP trip to the college football semifinal of the Allstate Sugar Bowl and the national championship game, as well as weekly prizes. On Tuesday, of course, ESPN brings you College Football Playoff Top 25. Our committee of experts will debate who the top teams are, the reveal of those initial set of rankings, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. How closely will the rankings mirror the polls? In any case, a long way to go, whatever the committee decides in this first weekend. They'll meet down in Dallas on Monday and Tuesday. Tigers again backed up. This is Kenny Hilliard taking a turn, and he hurdles after the 15-yard line for a first down. Heather, an injury report.
Chris, during that last series, Ole Miss without left tackle Laramie Tunsil. This is big, guys. He's a first-round draft prospect, and he has pulled his right bicep. He spent a lot of time talking with Hugh Freeze as well as the entire athletic training staff. At this point, they haven't determined whether or not he can return. Obviously, Hugh Freeze very concerned about it, as was Bo Wallace, who was just over talking to his teammate as well. We'll keep you posted.
And Heather, on that last third down, they moved Fawn Cooper, the right tackle, over to left tackle, and that's part of why they may have struggled there in pass protection on 3rd and long.
Tunsil, their best offensive lineman. Just a sophomore, but a tremendously talented guy, not yet draft eligible, but when he is, the NFL team will snap him up. Can they make do without him now?
Well, that's we'll see if this offensive line, if he's able to come back or not, but that would be a significant loss for that offensive line. I think it's a very average offensive line with the exception of Tunsil. If you take him out and you have these other 4 and other pieces that they're trying to put together, that's a big, big hit for Ole Miss's offensive line and for Bo Wallace.
Meanwhile, it's Kenny Hilliard, the senior, getting his turn. LSU believes that by rotating physical backs, they can really wear down a defense. Fresh legs against a tired defense. Second carry for Hilliard.
against a tired defense. But in the second half, third quarter, we still have about 2.5 minutes to go here. But this has been a different looking Ole Miss defense in the second half. They've been much more aggressive. They've been quicker. They've been more kind of in an attack mode. They're rotating a lot of different bodies on certain downs. Here's a third down situation, so they go their cheetah package to get more speed. But on first and second down against a run, they've been a lot better in defending this physical run game of LSU.
Tigers have not given up a sack tonight, haven't had to throw it very often. Here comes the pressure. Jennings gets it away, delivers far sideline, but an ill-advised throw, and it's intercepted again by Senquez Golson, his 8th pick of the season. That gives him a share of the national lead, and here came a flag after the play, a dead ball foul. But number 21 is a great baseball player, given an offer by the Red Sox out of high school. His center field skills, he says, help him kind of judge footballs in the air.
Well, he does it all year. He's been a ball hawk. 8 interceptions, as you say, on the year.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 21, Ole Miss. That's his first 15-yard penalty. First down, Ole Miss.
Yeah, he spun the ball, Kirk, didn't he, after the interception. That cost him the flag.
But the whole goal of Ole Miss tonight, make Anthony Jennings beat you throwing the ball. If you get him to third down, he has struggled with accuracy. He's struggled to be in sync with his receivers. Here's an example of it. They got him to third down. They brought pressure. The corners are on an island, and Golson makes a heck of a play there where he just looks up and finds the ball. A very, very poor throw from Jennings. Golson's able to capitalize on it. A little spin of the ball. You're going to give him 15 yards for that?
You've got to pick in 4 straight games. Oh, you don't like that?
Weak. Yeah.
Heather?
Well, it's hard to believe after watching Golson play that when Freeze took over, he was determined to run Golson off the team, saying, I never thought he'd make it. He didn't buy in, didn't know how to work. Now he's a leader that I can look into the eye. And Golson admitted to me, he said, I had trust issues. I needed to learn how to trust my teammates and my coaches. Good thing they were both patient.
He's had a tremendous year. Meanwhile, Rebels get the ball back, and Laramie Tunsil, number 78, the left tackle, is not there. They have moved Cooper from right to left tackle, so they are just trying to survive up there as they wrap that elbow.
They sure are, and I think they're doing everything they can to try to get him back out. Not only do you move Cooper over to left tackle, but now a freshman, Bolden, steps in at right tackle.
In motion, Walton, but fire back underneath, and again, they get a hand on one of Wallace's passes. Quentin Thomas deflected it. That's about 5 or 6 times tonight.
So if you're keeping track of this, Chris, Ben Still, the starting center, hasn't played at all tonight. Your best player on the offensive line, Tunsil, is currently out. They've had to move Fawn Cooper, the starting right tackle, over to left tackle. And Durante Bolden, who hasn't played a lot this year, is lined up at right tackle. And if you want to watch the pass rush, keep an eye on this side over here, because he is struggling right now.
They bring some pressure. Walton dumps it off on a screen, but nothing doing. Spun down in the backfield. Walton by Daniil Hunter, and a flag comes out again. It's in the secondary. There's a scuffle between a defensive back and a receiver. That was Rashard Robinson for the Bayou Bengals.
Chris, they've been swinging. Bolden, Laquan Treadwell has gone against Tre'Davious White and also against Robinson, and it's been physical out there. And
Miles is going out there to grab Robinson. He did not like.
Well, they're swinging at each other.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 21 on the defense. That's his first. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 on the offense. That's his first. 4th down.
They offset. You got to keep track of the unsportsmanlike, because 2, and you're out of the game, and a bunch of guys have had 1 now.
Well, the officials are doing the best job that they can. The emotions of this game, the importance for Ole Miss. It's here in Death Valley. They're feeding off of the energy from their crowd. But it was a right call.
New punter Gary Wunderlich, the kicker. They do this. He's a right-footed guy. When the ball's on the left hash, they'll try to boot it back across field. So he's like a directional punt specialist. Flag comes out before the punt. It's like a yellow card in soccer. All these guys that have unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, you got to keep track.
I think prior to the snap, false start, 14 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Darius Bryant, a linebacker in there, is right next to the ball on the left side. Just tried to hold back from leaning forward and just lost his balance.
Tre'Davious White is deep and a touchdown against Kentucky. Wonderlic with a short kick, but it'll be effective as it is bouncing all the way down inside the 20. It's been a punting duel. Field position football on the bio. Final minute of the third quarter.
Sometimes healthy's not on the menu. Luckily, I always keep my Meta Health bars handy. It's my favorite bar, hands down.
From the makers of Metamucil, new multi-health Meta Health bars have natural psyllium fiber that helps promote heart health with a taste consumers prefer.
Would you like one of these instead?
Yummy. Thanks. Experience the Meta effect with our new multi-health wellness line and see how one small change can lead to good things.
This is the city that raised you. Welcome home, son.
Take me to church, I was like a dog at the shining light. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. I'll believe that death is dead, the good God, let me give you my life.
Reese Davis with you in the studio. SEC Network, Auburn and South Carolina tied at 28. Ricardo Lewis going to go 75 yards. This the longest play from scrimmage under Gus Malzahn. Bit of a surprise there. 35-28. Tigers have the lead, but South Carolina just scored a touchdown. Nick Jones grabbing one. Extra point pending. Now Alabama might have taken its foot off the gas early. Once up 27-0. Now 27-17 getting late in the third on ESPN2.
All right, thank you. Auburn heads to Ole Miss next week. But in a battle, the underdog Gamecocks tonight. 52 seconds in the third quarter. LSU -3 in the turnover department. So despite an effective ground game, they find themselves in a hole. We go back to Fournette, the starter. He's been the most effective runner tonight for LSU. McGee's made some positive runs as well. Each has fumbled.
The rotating of different defensive linemen with Gross, Hamilton, Bennett, Kimdichie, Hooks on the outside with Brown and Ward. C.J. Johnson has come in there. Dave Womack realizing it was so important because of these body blows from LSU in their running game. They have to stay fresh with the defensive line and linebackers, and it's paid off for them so far in this second half.
A second down throw. Jennings flips it on the screen. Caught, made, but tackled at the 21-yard line immediately. Short gain there. They close down space in a hurry.
That's their strength. That's what they've done all year. This other stuff between the tackles, it's a whole different game.
No coach has more fourth-quarter comebacks in recent years than Les Miles. Is there more magic in Tiger Stadium? Go to the fourth. Rebels up by 4.
We're going to be late.
Oh, are we early?
Commute your way with the bold Nissan Rogue. Nissan, innovation that excites.
This is the new iPhone 6.
And this is the new iPhone 6 Plus.
Have you seen some of the new stuff the camera can do?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Its slow-mo is slower than ever before. Its time-lapse can turn hours into seconds. Image stabilization helps keep everything smooth.
So smooth.
The camera on the new iPhones are better than ever.
Shapow!
What was that?
That's the sound the camera makes.
No, it's more like a...
Nope, I think it's shapow!
When you put your name on something, it means something. For over 140 years, Coors Banquet's been brewed in one place with pure Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. And someone with the name Coors still tastes our beer every week, making sure it tastes as good today as it did in 1873. That's something we're proud to put our name on. Coors, the banquet beer.
Can you stop copying me?
Introducing our new grilled chicken. Hungry for more? Go to grilledlove.com.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
You crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Monday on SportsCenter, an exclusive sit-down with Michael Jordan after Monday Night Football.
Set for the start of the final quarter. ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Hampton Hotels. Kirk, the Affleck trivia question. Tigers trying to avoid losing to both Magnolia State schools in the same year. Last time it happened, losing at home to Ole Miss and Mississippi State. It's been a while.
Yeah,
a long time.
A long while. Big third down here for LSU and for field position for Ole Miss. This is where Ole Miss typically gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And Ole Miss wants to make Jennings have to throw the ball downfield, not to a back or not to a tight end.
He's only thrown 2 to wide receivers all night. They bring pressure. Almost intercepted. Wow. Incomplete as Keith Lewis tricked the quarterback, stepped in front, and could have walked to the end zone.
Well, he was part of the blitz. Initially, he looks like he's going to bring pressure, and then he just reads the eyes. Now he's in a spy mode. He's just looking at the eyes. He realizes with the pressure, Jennings is going to have to get the ball out of his hands quickly. He just kind of rolled with him. He holds on to that football. He walks to the end zone for a touchdown.
Inexperience of Jennings against that sophisticated blitz. That's just a total mismatch, isn't it? Here's the punt. Much better one, this time from Keene, taken fair catch at the 35-yard line by Pack.
You're up 7-3 with 14:50 to go. You're ranked number 3 in the country. Bo Wallace needs to get back. He's saying, hey, we're number 3 in the country. He's getting caught up in this trash talking from LSU. He's at Death Valley. He's even talking to people on the bench. He needs to forget about the team, put his rabbit ears away, forget about the people behind the bench, bring his team home to a victory, no matter what it takes. Get back to the Bo we've seen the last 3 weeks.
Hands it off to Walton. No quarterback in the country has a better quarterback rating in the fourth quarter than Bo Wallace. Heather?
And Kirk and Chris, you aren't kidding. The fans behind the bench have been relentless, heckling Bo Wallace nonstop. And Wallace did cave to the trash talking, making eye contact, engaging fans, pointing at the scoreboard to the point where the coaching staff actually came over and told him to calm down. Now, no surprise, considering the coaches told us that they feel Wallace is at his best when he's calm, cool, and collected. He wasn't just now.
A second down throw. Wallace fires far side over the head of Treadwell, who takes a big shot from White.
A couple things. Number one, Tunsil, the All-American left tackle, is back in the game. That's part of why Wallace had time to throw, but he's out of sorts here. He's got an open receiver, and he just airmails it. Laquan Treadwell one-on-one against Tre'Davious White. He beats him to the outside, and typically Bo Wallace and Laquan Treadwell, they complete that pass in their sleep.
It's loud on 3rd and 11. Play clock at 6. Gotta hurry. Well protected. Fires again, way over his receiver's head. Core was there running a slant, but a lot of adrenaline in the quarterback's body, and he's not handling it very well.
Well, John Chavis deserves as much credit as anybody here. It wasn't just about him throwing this ball high. It was also about him feeling the heat of this crowd and especially of this defense. That time, Quan Alexander on the blitz. Also, Daniil Hunter coming around the outside affected, I think, Wallace in his rhythm there.
So a 3 and out, and this LSU defense doing its part. Keep the Tigers only down 4. I think Wallace expected Kurt to come out, play a good second half, add to the lead. Hasn't happened. LSU still down just 4.
The all-new TLX from Acura.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
There are more reasons than ever why now is the best time to be on Verizon. 1. Verizon's the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in the country. That's right, America. With XLTE in over 400 markets. 2. And here's something for families to get excited about. Our best ever pricing with double the data on select plans. And 3, you can now get our best ever single line pricing starting at $45. So get all this now on the network ranked #1 for data performance nationwide. Verizon.
It's the $6.99 Pick Your Pairs deal at Pizza Hut. Pick 2 medium pizzas and a total of 4 toppings for $6.99 each. Want 2 toppings on one and 2 on the other? 3 in 1? Get it however you want and on your favorite crusts. Pan thin and crispy or hand tossed. Just $6.99 a pizza. Pizza Hut.
Hey, look, it's the State Farm guy.
Franz and Franz?
You pumped up our wallets with the discount double checking, so we want to pump you up.
Sorry, what?
Pull us, you flapping loser! You'll thank us later. Roll your boat gently down the loser stream.
Doesn't this hurt?
Not with those puny arms.
It's a start. Yeah, not bad.
Really?
Pump up your savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
Monday Night Football, Redskins Cowboys, 8:15 on ESPN.
The answer to the athletic trivia question, Kirk, 1956. So
we got that
58 years ago, the last time LSU lost to Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Jace Robertson, Duck Dynasty, one of our guest pickers, gave that fact out.
That was his whole reason for selecting LSU. If it wouldn't have been that one, he'd have probably come up with another one.
Tigers trying to prevent that. Fournette in the game to the right of Jennings. They fake it to him. Jennings looking over the middle, fires, caught, complete at the 45-yard line. Trey Quinn's second catch of the night. He beat Trey Elston.
Well, those linebackers on 1st and 10, watch how they attack downhill, and that is why 1st and 10 play-action pass for Anthony Jennings is so important. Gives him time to throw, gets the linebackers out of position, and then opens up a very nice opening throwing lane there for Trey Quinn to fall into in that zone pressure.
Just the 3rd completion to a receiver as Fournette takes the pitch. Fights for 2. Credit this Tigers defense. Yes, that Ole Miss offensive line is nicked up and reshuffled, but this defensive team has given these guys a chance to make a comeback here by refusing to allow Ole Miss to add to the lead.
No doubt about it. Only 250 yards for Ole Miss's offense, 125 on the ground, 125 through the air. We're in the 4th quarter.
Fournette out, Kenny Hilliard in. They fake it to him. Jennings loops it down, intended for Quinn, and picked off again. Mike Hilton, the junior corner, a 4th Tiger turnover tonight. You take a downfield shot against the Land Sharks, you better be very, very careful, Kirk.
I think this is where Jennings just locks in on a receiver. Is coming out here to the flat. What he doesn't see is the way Hilton is just kind of sitting back. I think he felt Hilton was sitting on his receiver, and right here Hilton gets off of his receiver because he's in zone. He reads the quarterback's eyes, and that time Jennings locked in on a receiver, didn't read the coverage, put the ball in the air, and Ole Miss again capitalizes.
Hampton knows it's your most important video conference of the day.
Hi. Hi, buddy.
That's why the Wi-Fi and free hot breakfast are something to smile about. And good reasons to book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
The all-new TLX from Acura.
Follow your favorite team this season and book now. Feel the Hamptonality.
For real estate investors looking to purchase or refinance commercial property, Bank of New Orleans offers low fixed rates up to 15 years, a simple process, local lending decisions, and excellent customer service. Call the Bank of New Orleans Commercial Real Estate Lending Team today.
Game day at Perlis. LSU polos and shorts. Saints fleur-de-lis polos. Tulane polos and shorts. Crawfish Collection team color polos, hats, koozies. Ladies team tops and Crawfish Collection dresses. Get game day ready at Perlis.
Times change. People change. Neighborhoods change. But for us at Egan, insurance is a promise that doesn't change.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Hampton Hotels. Feel the Hamptonality. And in part by Cigna. Together all the way.
Each Ole Miss corner now has a pick. Golson and Hilton have recovered 2 fumbles. 24 takeaways for the Land Sharks defense. Still allowed just 6 touchdowns on the season. Let's see if Bo Wallace and the Rebels offense can rediscover some rhythm. Tunsil is in there, left tackle, number 78. The first down throw. Well delivered downfield, broken up at the last minute. Excellent job by Tre'Davious White closing that time.
Well, that's his strength, is his speed. And because of the speed, he gets his left hand on this football and knocks it away. Tremendous closing speed that time from White. White is known because of his ability to make plays on the special teams last week against Kentucky. He says, no, sir. I'm going to go out on an island. I'm going to hold up.
Sanders, number 10, has still been shut out tonight by LSU.
On the 5.
They hand it. Now there's bouncing left. LSU stops him for no gain. Quan Alexander, another tackle. 3rd and 10.
John Chavis is, again, one of the best defensive coordinators you'll find in the SEC, if not the country. This defense has gone through some growing pains this year with the youth, but very, very aggressive. There he is, Chief. Used to be at Tennessee for a number of years. Been doing a great job here now at LSU for the last 5. Here comes that pressure on 3rd down. Let's see how the offensive line holds up. We're showing blitz from both sides and also up the middle. Someone's going to drop and someone's going to come.
Wallace still has it. Fires into traffic. Catch made, but short of the first down. Finally, Vince Sanders makes his initial catch of the ball game, but Ronald Martin hauled him down, and it's 4th down.
Good job, I think, of affecting the The offense, again, what they try to do with this offense is, especially on third down, they want to get the ball out of the hands of Bo Wallace quickly, be able to find that first receiver. They're taking away his primary receiver. We also, by the way, see Jalen Mills now also back out playing for LSU on the defense there on third down.
Gleason to punt again to White. It's a low kick. Again, hits the ground before the returner can get it. Now tries to track it down inside the 10. But the Rebels coverage team is swarming and drops him back at the 5. The punting game working well for Ole Miss. It's a weapon in a low-scoring game.
Field position, such a big part of this game and how it's going to be finished.
How many times have they started?
The all-new TLX from Acura.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
Under the roof of a home or business, damage can happen. When it does, turn to the specialists who put help in the palm of your hand. The Ready app and emergency response plans from 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
Are you okay, Mom? Yes, I am.
Life insurance from New York Life can help your family keep good going.
Yes, we have the new iPhone. Because everyone's coming in for the new iPhone.
Well, what
kind of service plan can you get? Well, right now, if you select the 15 gig plan, we'll double your data and make it 30 gigs for the same price.
Well, that sounds...
Oh, great, you'll take it.
Are you inside my mind right now?
Nope.
Where was I?
Albuquerque.
Who is the...
Porcupine.
What is my favorite?
Hollandaise sauce.
No way.
The new iPhone is here. And now you get 30 gigs of data to share starting at $160 a month.
Well, Alaska's a little cut off from the lower 48. We don't have an NFL team, but we have fans from all 32. Good morning. Ready for a little football? I gotta know my stuff, you know.
Their defense will keep them in the game. They play solid.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, you guys got a fast secondary nowadays, right? You guys are looking good even with all those injuries. Hey, is Breeze gonna air it out like 40 times or what?
Flacco has struggled against more athletic secondaries.
I count on Countdown so I can talk any team, anytime.
College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show begins Tuesday on ESPN.
Celebrating its 10th year, sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. Since 2005, Allstate's contributed more than $3.6 million. Not many kicks made tonight, one extra point and one field goal. Ole Miss in this half, Kirk, 5 possessions, 5 punts, but again, they've controlled field position for the 4th time in the half. LSU starts from their 17-yard line or worse. Tonight, they've started 4 drives inside their 7.
Look at the running game. 147 in the first half, only 24 yards in the second half.
First down handoff, much better run defense for the Rebels after the break as we check back with Reese Davis.
Chris, Big Ten battle, Ohio State, Penn State. Ohio State cruising until J.T. Barrett didn't really see that zone blitz, and Anthony Zettel dropped back, pick 6. First interception Barrett's thrown since September 13th. That's 111 attempts, so it's 17-7 now on ABC. Auburn just scored to take the lead on South Carolina, extra point pending.
So about, 76 and counting in the Plains. We got 10 here tonight. This is Kenny Hilliard. A run, breaks a tackle, barrels outside to the 25-yard line. So the fresh legs for the senior hammers away. LSU getting out from the shadow of the goalpost now.
And finally, a little bit of room to work for an LSU running back. We've not seen that at all in this second half. Look at that room and the fresh legs you mentioned at Hilliard.
Hilliard's got it again. They're playing with a little bit of tempo, and he picks his way to the 33-yard line. He gets 8 on first down.
And that's more of what we saw in the first half, with linemen pulling around and picking up great blocks. That fullback, whether it's been Neighbors or Jones, being able to open up a hole.
So Jennings trying to be a leader. He's really trying to get his offensive guys going here, talking to the linemen. A quiet guy, not a natural vocal leader. The fullback muscles forward to the 44. So Melvin Jones has carried it twice tonight, and they move the chains.
Well, as much as we've been talking about Ole Miss and how well they've held up here in the second half against the run, now we're in the fourth quarter, and now you start to see who's going to win that battle. Remember, we talked body blow, body blow, body blow, hands on the hips. They're rotating guys again in and out, trying to stay fresh, trying to hold up against this strength of LSU, which is their running game. They've done a great job, but this drive has a different feel as far as the way it started.
Hilliard runs left. Still alive, bouncing into Ole Miss territory and knocked out finally at the 43. And the LSU sideline comes alive.
Well, great job in the left side. 70 Collins does a steal. Nice job there. And then the fullback picks up his block, Melvin Jones. And now you're getting them running back to the second level where then these LSU backs can make people miss. And Cedarius Bryant just dove at the ankles. He misses him. Another Ole Miss defender goes flying by.
You said they're trying to rotate. They got a guy, C.J. Johnson, is a 225-pound defensive end. He's a pass rush guy by nature, out there trying to stop a physical running game. Hammering forward is Fournette, who takes his turn down to the 40. LSU trying to march 95 yards deep in the fourth quarter with a power running game to take the lead.
And they're working clock in the process.
All 6 plays in the drive have been runs. Here's a 7th. Fournette hit and dropped after a short gain. Good tackle by Keith Lewis. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
And Cam Cameron's probably thinking about a couple of the interceptions tonight from Jennings, where he stared down a defender, put the ball up into coverage. One time where Pruitt could have come up with an interception, he ended up missing it. We also had Keith Lewis deep in LSU territory, had a chance to come up with an interception. So Cam Cameron said, let's run the football.
LSU has not converted a 3rd down in this half, 0 for 4. It's Hilliard. Hit, fights forward, leans. It'll be close, but I think they'll mark it just short. 4th down, about a yard.
What's Les Miles? It's the fourth quarter. It's Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium.
There's a timeout, a Rebel down on the field. You don't think he's going to hesitate. Miles has got to go for it here.
I'm sure he'll go for it. Yeah.
It's a key guy for this the Ole Miss defense. Terrian Shackelford, a guy you'd want out there to stop a 4th and 1. The middle linebacker is going to limp off.
Well, it looks like he's cramping up.
And you say he wants a drink.
Yeah, quickly. That's part of the wear and tear of playing against this style of offense. Even though it's his kind of game, he gets a lot more reps against this kind of offense than facing a Texas A&M or a team that's going to spread you out.
Here comes the beef, Kirk. You're going to have about 6 300-pounders out there.
The tendency says Jennings is going to hand off, and they're going to run over the left side of that offensive line led by Collins. And Big Alexander at 330 pounds.
Behind Neighbors, the fullback fighting forward. It's going to be very close. Right at the 35-yard line. Tigers think they've gotten it. If they did, it's by the nose. It is a 1st down. And they got an LSU lineman who's down on all 4s.
Watch the block here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from this angle. The fullback here, Connor Neighbors, just pushing a defender back and opening up that hole. You can see him there to the left, just pushing Christian Russell. Watch him lead in here. Boom. Contact. That's why you get under the squat rack right there.
Neighbors, of course. He's from a football family. His grandpa, his dad, his brother all played for Alabama. Connor chose LSU. Got the haircut going.
The coach telling him, probably the strength coach there, telling him what a good job he just did there.
Elliott Porter, the center, is down. You got to dig real deep if you're an offensive and defensive lineman in this game. Monday night, Tony Romo and the NFC East leading Cowboys hosting Deshaun Jackson and the Redskins. Tirico, John Gruden Company, 8:15 on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. No other night is Monday night. So Porter comes off. That's Andy Dodd, number 72, will replace him at center. Now 77, actually, Ethan Posick's going to slide over from guard.
Posick early the first couple games this year when Porter was out for the first two. Posick played center. And now that's why he's got to at least have at least one snap here at center. Faneca, 69, will come in and play that right guard spot.
The injury, though, did give that Rebels defense a chance to catch their breath. Shackelford, the middle linebacker for Ole Miss, is back in there. Fournette in the eye. They snap it at 2. Give it to the freshman. Breaks a tackle. Leonard Fournette down the far sideline, hammering inside the 15.
But the right side of the offensive line, Evan Washington is actually in for Posick, who went to center. 75 does a great job, but the fullbacks right now, Connor Neighbors and this time Melvin Jones, taking control and opening up some big holes by just dominating the Ole Miss linebackers.
3 hours of body blows delivered by LSU's physical front have set the Tigers up here, a chance to take the lead. Fournette on first down, cuts it back, dances inside the 10, still fighting, and a flag comes in. They grab the face mask, and that'll make it half the distance. Darius Bryant got his money's worth. He ripped the freshman's face back right off the helmet almost. Fournette will have to come out.
Wow, that's a heck of a, that's maybe an NCAA record for a face mask.
Face mask, number 14 on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
What a grip from Bryant. I've never seen a face mask get pulled off like that.
It's the #1 defense in the country statistically coming in. LSU is trying to go 95 yards right down the field to take the lead and put the undefeated Rebels in a hole late in the fourth quarter. First and goal. Hilliard in the game. They hand it off to the fullback. Nothing there. Jones spun around. Second and goal.
We've seen this Ole Miss defense down in this area hold up, defend their goal line. LSU's had miscues down in this area. This time late in this game, they've got to finish this off. It's the 13th play coming up. First 12, all runs.
And the 13th is going to be a run, too. No. Jennings, play action fake, throws it to the end zone. Touchdown. Logan Stokes. Catch of the season for the senior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Logan Stokes. 12 runs and a touchdown pass as he fools the Rebels. And LSU has the lead.
Cam Cameron fooled you. He fooled the Ole Miss defense. He fooled everybody. After 12 straight runs, he pulls it out. And what a good job by Stokes. He actually went down on his knees, and I think the corner Golson fell for it and opened it up in the back of the corner for the go-ahead touchdown.
You could win money for the future. So remember to enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes. You could win $100,000. VIP trips to 2 of the biggest college football games this year, and other weekly prizes. Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
Hey, Dez, Kirk, check it out. I'm working on my Heisman pose. So is the pose this leg up, or is it this leg up? and then that arm goes. Oh,
Tweet your Heisman pose for a chance to win.
because if I got this leg up, I would do this arm out. No, that's wrong. Oh, I got it. Here it is.
I think Cam Newton needs to be a better leader.
He's got so much more responsibility.
He's the guy that they're looking to.
Sweat. It says I'm not going to settle. It means I'm not going to stop until I get what I need. But I'm not going to tell you how much I'm working. I'm going to show you.
Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
Start filming. We want all of it.
It's go time.
How did you get this?
I didn't do anything that could be considered wrong.
Is that blood on your shirt?
Rated R.
Musical chairs. Fun, right? Well, not when your travel rewards card makes it so hard to get a seat using your miles. That's their game. The flights you want are blacked out, or they ask for some ridiculous number of miles. Honestly, it's time to switch to the Venture card from Capital One. With Venture, use your miles on any airline, any flight, anytime, no blackout dates. And with every purchase, you'll earn unlimited double miles. From now on, no one's taking your seat away. What's in your wallet?
Good morning.
Morning.
Your morning could use a hand. Taco Bell Steak and Egg AM Crunch Wrap with a hash brown inside. A whole breakfast in one hand.
Dr. Pepper's championship drive game of the week, in a moment that Logan Stokes has waited a long time for more. Never had a catch in his career, Kirk. DirecTV takes us inside the drive, which was all about runs until the last couple of yards.
Yeah, they ran the football with authority. 12 straight runs where they controlled the line of scrimmage after really struggling to do that in the second half, wearing Ole Miss down. And then how about the call by Cam Cameron where he goes play action on second down. All of the defense thinking it's going to be a run, and Stokes simply goes to his knees and then slips out to the corner of the end zone. And Jennings, after that interception, it's his first pass he's had a chance to throw, and he gets the touchdown.
And Stokes, a senior, you go to practice, all you do is block, block, block as a tight end. They've only thrown 4 balls to the tight ends all year. And again, first career catch, capping a 95-yard touchdown drive against an old rival to potentially spoil the Rebels' undefeated season. This is Jalen Walton at the 10. Shakes a tackle. Fighting and wrestled down across the 25. Is down. Way back at the 35. Yeah. Tigers might have jumped offside on the kickoff.
They were one player was a little bit ahead of himself.
Can Bo Wallace come up with something, Kirk? He's been the best fourth quarter quarterback in the country. He's got 5 minutes to work with, but the offense has produced 51 yards in the second half.
Offside on the kicking team, number 48. 5-yard penalties will be added to the end of the run. First down.
5 punts. It's been so frustrating for Wallace. He's lost his cool. He's headbutted an LSU player. He hasn't thrown it all that well, but
the last 12 plays, -3 yards for Ole Miss and Bo Wallace. But I think the mindset changes from his head coach and play caller Hugh Freeze, now down 3. And I think you'll see a different Bo Wallace in the style of offense that they try to run here now, more aggressive in their nature.
They've got to feel like this is the last drive, right? 5 minutes to go. And the first down handoff, and the way that LSU has been running the ball, you wouldn't want to give it back to them right now with a tired defense, that's for sure.
No, not at all. And I think Ole Miss realizes what's at stake right here. I mean, undefeated season, magical run, number 3 in the country. The committee gets together. They're going to bring out the standings on Tuesday for the first time all year. Bo Wallace is down 3 on the road in Baton Rouge. Got to step up right here.
Walton motions in. They fake it to him. Wallace now fires it to him in the flat. Makes a man miss, but loses his footing. Quan Alexander was right there, and now it's 3rd and long.
Cannot begin to tell you how different this LSU defense plays compared to where they were early in the year. They're so much more sound, reading their keys, getting to their spots. Quan Alexander, the leader, one of the leaders of this defense that time, making a play out there in space and forcing the Ole Miss running back there to come up a little bit short.
3rd and 10. Play clock down at 4. Wallace fires across the middle, complete for a first down. Freeze was going to signal timeout, Kirk. They snapped it at 1 second.
Oh, the play clock was down, and he just got it off. But watch Evan Ingram take the linebacker outside with him. With the outside move, it opened up the middle of the defense. And Bo Wallace on 3rd down in this environment has patience to make that throw.
First down run, hammered for a 2-yard loss.
Well, they're trying to stay balanced right now, but this LSU defense is attacking this Ole Miss offensive line against the run. How about this LSU secondary? That time Ricky Jefferson, the sophomore, engaged quickly to stop that running game.
9 times they attacked the Rebels behind the line tonight. Inside of 3 minutes. 3 receivers to the right. Wallace looks that way and finds in traffic for a 9-yard gain Cody Core.
LSU that time, again, they're in aggressive mode right now. They blitzed, and they happened to blitz in the area where Ole Miss ended up throwing the football.
It's 3rd down, Kirk. They need 2 yards here. Got to believe that Freeze has 2 plays to get to 2 yards now.
This is typically where, again, he goes to Bo Wallace and gives him the opportunity, depending on what he sees from coverage. He'll probably motion a guy here to try to find out if they're in zone or man.
Yep. They hand it off. Mathers cuts left, knocked down short of the first down by Kendall Beckwith. It'll be 4th and about 1.
But what a play by Beckwith, because he was actually coming on a blitz, but his eyes and his instincts make the play.
They're playing fast, and it's on the line right here. Wallace on the sneak, didn't get there. The Tigers make a stand. There's a flag down after the play. So often, Kirk, we see offenses try to work with tempo, and they sacrifice execution.
Yeah, and again, on 4th down and short, this is their identity. It's easy to second guess, but this is who they are. They believe in this. The offensive line didn't even get off the ball. LSU beat them at the point of attack. They sensed it right away. That's a great look at it right there. They sensed what Ole Miss was doing, and they all attacked the quarterback sneak. The safeties, the linebackers, everybody. But the play on 3rd down by Beckwith was maybe the play of the game, because he prevented Ole Miss from picking up what looked like might be a first down, kept them short to force that 4th down.
Godshaw. They flag him. There was a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on LSU. We could not hear whom the penalty was called. It did back up LSU to the 33. Ole Miss has 3 timeouts to spend here. LSU has 1:44 to kill, and it is the second unsportsmanlike on the freshman Gotcha, who's got to walk off. But he was part of that front that just absolutely pushed that offensive line backwards into the quarterback.
1 first down and the game's over. Ole Miss has all 3 timeouts. They've got to stop him. How about this defense?
Timeout. Ole Miss.
This defense that has such pride since Les Miles has been here, and going even back to Nick Saban. They've always prided themselves on winning games with a great defense, and they were humiliated in this stadium by Mississippi State and Dak Prescott. And they kind of picked up the pieces. They dealt with Auburn, and from that point on, they figured out our formula is going to be with the quarterback play that we have. Let's run the football. Let's win with a dominating defense. It's growing up. Let's win with special teams, and let's not make mistakes at quarterback, and that's going to give us a chance to win games. And that's what they've done tonight. Despite the turnovers, they've still put themselves in a position to win this game.
Good hands play. Brought to you by Allstate is the touchdown. A moment that Logan Stokes has waited his life for and will never forget. Plenty of folks in here going, who's 84? Who's 84? Logan Stokes is not a guy that catches touchdown passes to beat undefeated teams until tonight. And that drive, 95 yards, will add to the great legendary moments inside Tiger Stadium. It's part of the lore now, if the Tigers can close it out. On 2nd and 7, nothing there, and Ole Miss will spend its second timeout. Minute 32 to play.
Well, that pitch there felt a little shaky.
A little funky.
Yeah, it didn't feel as smooth as it should have. You'd like to see maybe a handoff or...
They go with Hilliard, though, Kirk, the sure-handed senior, the guy who hasn't fumbled the ball tonight. The other two bats have. So it's 3rd and 7. If you're Cameron and Miles, you would expect that they would run the ball and make it for the timeout, but you never know. They cross this up on the goal line. Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup heads to the first race of the Eliminator round. Win and clinch a spot in the championship. And Martinsville, presented by AutoZone, Sunday at 1 on ESPN. LSU did exactly what they said they were going to do. Challenge Ole Miss physically, trying to overcome a -4 turnover ratio tonight. You know how rare that is to win a game when you're -4 in turnovers against the statistically top defense in the country coming in. 3rd down. A motion Stokes to the right side. And now the Rebels jump offside to make it a shorter 3rd down play where they drawn off. Both sides pointing the other direction.
Well, if you look, I don't know if we'll have an angle, but Alexander, the left guard, actually flinches. He moves.
False start. 74 offense.
Good eye, Kirk.
He is 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
Yeah, you could see him try to bring. Watch his right guard right here. Watch him move his right hand. See, just that slight movement along with the snap count. It's definitely on LSU. Great call by the officials.
Woodrow Hamilton jumped across there. Wasn't much of a move. Jennings thought he had a 5-yard penalty the other way.
The whole stadium did.
Now it's 3rd and 12. You get a stop here. Freeze can spend his final timeout, and Wallace will have one final chance. Another one to the left and a big stop in the backfield. Good hit made by Isaac Gross, and they do spend the final timeout.
And let's remember now.
Their 3rd and final timeout.
You've got an offense that's built for these kind of situations, and they need a field goal. A field goal gets the game into overtime. They don't need a touchdown. So
they got a guy in Gary Wunderlich, who is a true freshman. Kicked a 46-yarder, missed a 52-yarder against Tennessee, but he's got good range. But it's only his 3rd game as the kicker. So you're going to send out a true freshman potentially if you're good enough to get in position. Try to tie this thing.
And that's why get as many kicks as he can.
At first, Wallace and the Rebels got a lot of work to do. Arizona State and Washington coming up on ESPN from Seattle, where the weather is expected to be bad. Rainy, windy. Watch ESPN up also has it. Sun Devils have won 8 in a row over the Huskies. So here's Jamie Keene. He shanked one earlier tonight. To low boot. Bounces and take it on the hop at the 25. Hit immediately is Markel Pack. So with 1:19 to play, Wallace comes out 75 yards from the end zone. Perhaps just thinking field goal.
Yeah, well, based on what I saw in pregame, he's about 40 yards away from having a shot. You've got to get to about the LSU 35-yard line to give him a chance at making a potential game-tying field goal. He's It's been a rough night for Bo Wallace. Let's see if he can try to put it all together here in this last drive, because LSU's going to be coming after him.
And the student section right behind this Ole Miss offense is going crazy. Wallace keeps it.
No timeouts.
Dragged down, got to hurry. Short gain. Clock ticking as Wallace comes up grabbing his left leg.
Great call by John Chavis. He brought a blitz from the nickelback. That time Jalen Mills from the top slot. He'll probably do it again. Number 28, here he comes.
Inside of a minute, Wallace fires over the head of Sanders. 3rd and 8.
Boy, they hit a crease, a vertical crease in the LSU defense. Again, Chavis is being aggressive, bringing pressure, but they had a safety in the middle of the field, and the receiver split the corner and the safety. He was wide open, and Bo Wallace, the ball just sailed on him.
He's missed high a lot tonight, hasn't he? Wallace steps up, fires, incomplete at midfield. Ingram was in traffic. It's 4th and 8. Rebels and their undefeated season down to their final play.
But Ingram is a sure-handed tight end. Let's see if there's a defender. Maybe I don't think the corner that time, Jalen Collins, got a finger on it, but he distracted Ingram enough by just getting close enough that he wasn't able to hold on to the football.
Got to make the 35 to stay alive. Pressure off the edge, unloaded, caught. First down, Ole Miss at the 40. Pressure came off the edge immediately, but Markel Pack, the freshman, made the catch.
Blitzed right here, and right away on 4th down, he's got to get rid of the football. He knows he has, based on that blitz, there's not a safety coming down. He gets rid of the ball quickly, and that's why he picked up the 1st down.
40 seconds, or 46, I should say. No timeouts. Empty backfield. Wallace protected, fires, complete, over the middle. Treadwell breaks the tackle. Can he make the sidelines? No, he's dragged down at the 48. They do get the clock stopped momentarily to move the change. 37 seconds.
They're trying to get to about the 35 of LSU. About another 14 or 15 yards at least would give them a shot. Out of timeouts, 1st downs and out of bounds the key.
Wallace, near side, deflected again at the line.
Amazing how LSU, I love to see an aggressive defense. Instead of sitting back and prevent, rushing 3, dropping 8, they are turning them loose, the safeties and the nickelbacks. The freshman, Jamal Adams, appears to be down.
He's the one that got in there and pressured the quarterback. To feel comfortable, a field goal attempt for Wonderlic. Got to make it about the 30-yard line. So they've got to make about 18 more yards. They would try a field goal, a longer one if they ran out of time. But his career long is from 46. Again, only named the kicker a couple of games ago going to Texas A&M. They've struggled at that position.
That last play, and I think you'll see it the rest of the game from LSU. If they're going to blitz off the edge, they're, instead of being soft with their coverage where they have guys behind the blitz sitting back at 10 or 15 yards, that last play they walked them up about 5 yards behind the blitz. So that way Bo Wallace can't just see the blitz and get rid of the ball quickly. There's nowhere for him to throw. So it forces Bo Wallace to have to try to throw the ball more downfield instead of those quick, easy throws.
Well, a sack here would just about seal it with no timeouts. Empty backfield. Tigers rush 5. Wallace scrambles. Fires deep downfield. Jump ball picked off. And a flag comes out. Hold on. 2 flags on the field. It's going to wipe out this interception.
Yep. Interference by LSU. Underthrown ball. The receiver's trying to get back to the ball, and the LSU defender prevented him from getting back to the football. It's interference.
That's Jalen Mills, who's had a rough night. He's dropped the potential interception. Now potentially the interference, which could take the game-clinching pick. away.
And also move them into field goal range, potentially.
The conversation perhaps is, could Treble have fought back there? The ball was way underthrown.
Well, when the ball's underthrown and the receiver sees it and the defensive back doesn't, that's the call.
On the defense, number 28. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it's a 15-yard penalty. The Rebels are getting very close to reasonable field goal range here for Wunderlich.
You see the receiver trying to work back out of Boy Joe, and he can't work through the body of Jalen Mills. An easy call for the official. How about Bo Wallace keeping the play alive there? Nowhere to go with the ball, and he puts it up, hoping that either his receiver makes a play or he gets the pass interference call. But they're in field goal range already.
Not comfortable field goal range, though. They don't have a timeout. Tackled in bounds. They'll have to perhaps run up and spike it. Wallace fires down the near sideline. Leaping interception attempt, but it's incomplete. Adams again defending on pack. True freshman on true freshman. 14 seconds left.
And Vince Sanders is frustrated because he was all alone underneath. Looking back at Bo Wallace with his hands up saying, you had me. You had me.
What's the call here? Do you try to take a shot, get a first down, get the clock stopped? Do you get a few yards, make it a little bit closer, field goal attempt, and then spike it?
I think you got to take a chance, try to get the first down, or go to the boundary down at the bottom where he can work his way out of bounds.
Empty backfield again. Wallace stays alive, has room to run, gets out of bounds at the 25 with 9 seconds to go. He's 2 yards short. It's third down.
For as rough a night as Bo Wallace and his offense have had, it looked like in their last possession that this game might be over. Their defense gets 3 plays. They use their 3 timeouts. They get the ball back to Bo Wallace. And this young man has made plays with a game on the line to give his special teams and field goal kicker a chance to tie it.
With no timeouts, you can't gamble. You have to send out Wunderlich.
Absolutely.
A true freshman from Memphis, Tennessee, with a hold of Ryan Buchanan, the snap of Will Denny, to send this game to overtime from 42 yards. Gotta hurry. The play clock was winding down.
Game on the offense.
Ouch.
5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Now it's a 47-yarder.
To me, it's not just about the extra yards. It's about the mindset of kickers. It's a true freshman. This
will be a career long. And now LSU will give their freshman time to think about it. All the twists and turns. LSU trying to stage a 24th fourth quarter comeback under Les Miles. Nobody's even close. This would give them a winning record under Miles when they trail in the fourth quarter. It's remarkable. They delivered those body blows all night, Kirk. Finally took the lead, but here's Wallace, who's had a rough night, still finding a way to give his kicker a chance to tie the game.
Just an unusual game where you have LSU self-destructing and missing field goals and turning the ball over, and yet their defense put them in a position to have a chance to win the game. And just when you thought it was over and Tiger Stadium's about to go crazy, Ole Miss drives down and at least gives themselves a shot here at a field goal to try to send it into overtime.
After all the bruising plays, the guys in the trenches battling back and forth, and Bo Wallace has come on the field.
Yeah, the offense is back out. Maybe this is an LSU timeout.
Wow. So it was going to be a 47-yard field goal attempt. Now it's 3rd and 7 with 9 seconds to go. Wallace runs around, fires far sideline to the end zone, picked off. Game over. LSU is going to upset Ole Miss as Ronald Martin seals it. Interesting decision by Freeze, Kirk.
Well, this is not what he wanted from Bo Wallace. He wanted him to roll out like this and take a shot either way towards the boundary where only his receiver could have a chance on it, but not in a position where an LSU defender could just sit back in center field. And Ronald Martin, the senior and the leader, just flowed with Freeze rolling to the defense's right. He just flowed with him, read the eyes, and just made an easy interception. A shocking decision from both Hugh Freeze and then Bo Wallace on the throw.
Within the kicker's range to force overtime, they take a shot downfield. It's the first second half pick for Wallace all year, and the Tigers spring another upset in Tiger Stadium. And Les Miles, the evening after his mother passes away, after containing all the emotions with the job at hand, has to feel moved at this moment.
And 9 seconds left, Chris, on this last play. He's taking worst case. Bo Wallace going to throw it away. If we don't have an open receiver, just throw it away. Don't throw it in play where a defender can make a play on it. Either throw it where your receiver can make a play on it or it's out of bounds. And then we can go back and have a chance to kick the field goal. He tried to sneak one in on him after the LSU timeout, try to get him maybe out of position, and then he couldn't believe that Bo put that ball up where a defender could make a play.
Another fourth quarter comeback for Les Miles is with Heather.
A very excited Coach Miles. Congratulations. Another fourth quarter come from behind victory to add to your legacy. How did you keep this team believing?
This is a quality group of men that believe they can. It is not the coach, I promise you. This team came to fight today. What a beautiful place it was to play. Oh, my God, was this stadium electric?
You talk about this stadium. You're now 46-4 in this electric stadium at night. What makes this place so special?
Well, every guy that comes in and sits down in this stadium is attached to this football team intimately. They know where they're from, what they do. It's a magnificent place.
Coach, let's talk about that last drive to take the lead. 12 consecutive runs and then a final pass. What was your reaction to how open Stokes was in the end zone?
I'm glad he was open. My reaction was just what we needed. We needed to eat some clock off. We needed to run the football. It's something we do well. Anthony had poise, did the right things. We're a good football team. It'll be an interesting matchup next time we take the field.
And, Coach, your last 24 hours has been an emotional roller coaster with the passing of your mom, Martha. How much was she in your thoughts tonight?
Yeah, she was there a bunch, to be honest with you. Martha Miles.
Our condolences go out to you and your family. Congratulations, Coach.
Add Logan Stokes to the long list of unlikely heroes in Tiger Stadium. He catches the game-winning touchdown pass, but a total team effort. LSU knocks off Ole Miss 10-7. Up next, Arizona State and Washington out in Seattle. For that, we send you to Mark Jones.